module 2, it's all about the internet skills and, a lot more, many concepts. So let's look into the agenda first. So we would be discussing about the online research, basically how you can get better at your research, internet using through Google, then Wolfram Alpha, which is a computational tool, article directories, spinning software, cover page designing, checking for copyrights, Creative Commons, Grammarly, Ginger, Hemingway, Google local pages, blogging, logo software, content tags and categories, the use of keyword planner, Google Analytics, AXA ranks, using social media for content distribution, and designing your website with WordPress and Wix. It will be the free version. So mostly this module is more into practical, getting down to your practicalities and, getting better with the tools and the softwares and having a better hold on, the different softwares which are required for a content writer. So firstly, how to do online research. So there are many search engines, right? So we are going to understand which search engine to use when. Of course, among Google, Yahoo and Bing and a lot more. Google is, of course, the most popular and the most reliable search engine, but let's dig in deeper. Now, what to choose when? Now, for keyword searching, like, for example, if you want to search chocolates or cakes or the history of Taj Mahal, all these are your keywords. So the keyword searching, we have Google, DuckDuckGo and Ask. So the thing about DuckDuckGo is this search engine does not track your search history. So like Google, they do track your search history, right? But when you go into the incognito mode onto Google, that's when you're just trying to, hide your privacy. I mean, you're just then that you want your privacy and you're just trying to hide your search history. So like it works just like the incognito tab of Google. So let's just open up DuckDuckGo. So now again, this DuckDuckGo is a keyword that we have searched finally on Google, right? Okay. So to find another search engine, again, we are going to the main search engine, which is Google. So DuckDuckGo, let's open it up. The tagline itself says that it does not track your search history. Look, it says privacy simplified. So add privacy protection to your browser, search privately, block trackers, secure connections, and a lot more. So this is your DuckDuckGo search engine. So the moment you want to search anything without your, being tracked, to just protect your privacy, you can use this search engine and go ahead with your further research. Now this is interesting. Search commands to get quick search result. Okay, so this is you use less to include the term. So now when we just type in restaurants on Google, it's just going to show us probably restaurants and lodges. There are a probability, but when we are specific and say restaurants plus lawn, it's going to show up these two keywords together. Now let's simply go and let's just say cricket plus football. So you see England, cricket, play football. Right? So when you are very specific and telling Google to show you these two, even though it is not related, it somehow managed to bring up some data that has some kind of relevance, right? So when you're searching for something related and when you put in place, it helps Google to understand you better. You are telling Google algorithms that how exactly you want your, search to look like. What are you searching for? You are being very specific and you are easily communicating the same to Google algorithm, right? So that's your Google spiders basically. Now it says use minus to exclude the term. So likewise, if you go here and if I click on Jaguar, say, if I just simply type Jaguar, if I go to images, okay, so basically it's going to show anything related to Jaguar, mostly the cars. Okay, so now I go to Jaguar and I want to look at images, for example. Did we hit images? Okay, yes, images, Jaguar, and I say I want to go to images. Now what happens? I'm getting only the car. I am looking for the animal Jaguar. So now when I go and tell you go back to the search, right, and you tell plus animal. So this is how to use the plus and the minus. Okay, so what happens? You are getting the animal. You're telling Google I want the animal, right? So you're getting the images of the animal. So same way, if you go and say minus car, also it will show you the animal. Now I just say minus animal, minus animal. What's going to happen? Obviously, the animal is going to go off, and what I'm left with, jaguar and the car, right? So this is, you could use your plus and minus. These are some shortcuts for you to better your search result, or your search techniques rather. Use quotes now to search the exact phrase. So when we are this, anyways, Google is likely to understand what you are trying to say, and that is why Google asks you, did you mean, and it quotes. So basically, we are being very specific to search an exact phrase. We are telling what we want to search for in the exact phrase. We are going to be putting these quotes, right? So likewise, Olympic or. So if you use or, it should show you results of 2012 or 2016. If you just blindly put Olympics, it may show you results of 2008, 2012, 2016, 2000, and the coming up preparations for 2020, all of these. But we want only results of, we are not bothered about the previous years or the coming years. We are only bothered about 2012 or 16. Show us results of 12 or 16. So then we put in, right? So likewise, if we want results of 2012 and 2016, so we want both of these events together. So here when we say or, we are telling Google, okay, fine, either this or that. But when we are putting and, we are telling Google, I want this and that together. So whatever keywords you're putting, you either put or you either put and. Again, it depends on how you want your search criteria. So now same way, search within the duration. So if you're searching within a specific duration, let us just say Delhi election, or let us just say Bangalore election. We'll stick to Bangalore election. Bangalore election 2010 or 2016. If we put or, it's going to show us 10 or 16. But when we say 2010 to 2016, here we are being very specific and telling them to show us results only from the span of 10 to 16. Only in these past 16 years, give me a result, right? So same way, if we go to the search and if we want to search within a website, so we are telling Google to show us information from within this. Blankly just put up election in the search engine, then what's going to happen? It may show up results from Deccan Herald or BBC or CNN or Times of India or Deccan Herald or the Hindu and all of that. But no, we want information on election specifically only from Times of India. So all you need to do is, you need site here, that's the website that you're referring to, and then you go on with the colon, then you go on, be very specific, either Deccan Herald or Times of India. So now we are sticking Times of India. Go to timesofindia.in or .com, whatever it is, and then the space, and then your keyword. So either you are talking about the elections, or you are talking about the tiger reserves, or you're talking about the tiger count, anything, whatever your keyword is, include the site, then the site domain name, and then space, and hit in your keyword. So then it would throw up your keyword relevant searches only from that site that you have been very specific about. Okay, then likewise, use wildcard asterisks to fill in the blank. So if you are, if you've forgotten one particular word, like say blood is thicker than water. So if we say blood is, if you've forgotten thicker, we say blood is asterisks than water, right? So Google will fill up the blanks for you. The same way, even if we do not put the asterisks, actually Google would definitely try and mix up and eventually show you the results. So yes, we have more and more shortcuts here. So let's look into the other shortcut. We have, if we are being very specific, like Times of India, now we want it in URL, so that is BBC News. So we are being very specific to Google and saying in URL BBC News. Okay, so it's showing us stuff from BBC, right? So BBC. So these are some of the shortcuts. In fact, even if you do not put in URL, if you just say BBC News and keyword, what's going to happen? Google spiders are going to bring out stuff from BBC. But when we are saying in URL BBC News, it means to say we want BBC News to be mentioned in the URL. So in URL, to search the text within the URL only. So in title, Big Bang Theory. In title, Big Bang Theory. So now we are telling we want Big Bang Theory to be mentioned in the title. Big Bang Theory shows up in the title. Big Bang Theory shows up in the title again. Big Bang Theory again shows up in the title. Again, Big Bang Theory in the title, right? So these are the more relevant images that will throw up in the very beginning. Okay, so same way in text, if we are looking, to search text within the content body, Las Vegas, this at any cost, it would eventually show you when you put your keyword Las Vegas, even without the text. In fact, it would throw up, anything relevant to Las Vegas that is mentioned in and within the body. So in line, again, there's the same thing. If you just simply type last working day on Google, it would definitely bring up stuff which has last working day, whether it's in the title, on the URL, or anywhere in the meta description or the text, right? Okay, so this is something interesting. Here we say file type and benefits of keyword in a PDF format. So we say file type, benefits of keyword in the PDF format. So it would be, maybe you're looking for a PDF format or whatever format you have in mind. You just need to put it up here, and Google would definitely understand that you are looking for a PDF format, and it would definitely pull up documents or any articles being published, or you can just say white paper. So you just say file type, white paper from Samsung PDF. So it would show you the white papers that have been published by Samsung in the PDF format. Now let's go next and see what we have. We have Boolean search. Yeah, so these are some of the shortcuts. Cracking internet through Google. Okay, so now we are going to learn the Boolean search. All right, so now let's quickly pick it up on Google. Let's go to, let's just say Hollywood movies. Now here, when you pull down your tools, you are getting these two filters down, right? All time, whether you want it in the past 1 hour or the past 24 hours, you want the movies in the past 1 week or month, the year, or basically you can just custom range it, maybe from 1988 to 1998. So it depends on what your custom range is. You have this option to go ahead and custom range the time. Then there is something as all results or verbatim. Now, what do you mean by verbatim? Verbatim means as it is. So now when you type something, Google automatically does the auto correction and asks you, did you mean? Now when you hit on this verbatim, it means to say, yes, Google, do not auto correct me. I know what I've typed is right. Just bring me results from whatever I've been very specific and typed here. So that is when you go and hit your verbatim. Now when you go to settings, so that's under your tools. Under your tools, you get this anytime and all results. So again, you have your custom range, so select your time based on your requirement. And under all results, you have your verbatim result, which you can go ahead and be very specific and tell Google that what you've typed, you've meant it, and to show you stuff only from what you have typed. Okay, so now under settings, you have this turn off safe search or turn on safe search, right? So now when you turn off safe search, then you turn on, here's where you can turn on and off your safe search. So when your safe search is on, what's going to happen? It's going to be blocking you from all explicit content, which is not required. So under settings, you get the option to turn on safe search or to turn off safe search, right? So now when you say turn on and off safe, that's the thing about it. Now when you go to advanced search, again, that's under settings, you go to advanced search. Under tools, we get the time and whether it is verbatim or all results. And then under settings, you can turn on and off safe search, and you can head towards the advanced search. So now we have typed in a keyword, but you're being very specific and you want an advanced search here. So you pull up this page, and then now since we've typed Hollywood movies, it could be anything. It could be Hollywood movies, it could be whatever keyword is running through your mind. You can do it simultaneously. So here Google exactly tells you over here what are the things what are the blanks meant for, these blocks meant for, what goes in here, what you need to type here for each and every tiny detail. Now here, type the important word. Okay, so now basically it's telling you what is your keyword, type it up. Then the exact word or phrase, so you need to put your exact word or phrase into the code. Then any one of these words, whether you type anything in between, whether you're talking about a miniature or a standard, whether a juice or a milkshake, whether sweet or sour, okay, anything, whatever you have in mind, any one of these words, you can put it up in this blank box here. None of these words, put a minus sign just before the word that you do not want, like how we typed in your Jaguar plus animal, then we typed in Jaguar minus car or whatever. So if you do not want it to be included, those words, you can put up a minus here, like minus rodent, minus Jack Russell or whatever, and you can quickly exclude those words from your search result. Okay, the numbers ranging from, so it could be in terms of pounds, in terms of, you can just put here whether it is kg or basically date ranges from 2011 to 2012, or being very specific, you're searching for a particular movie from 1998 to 2008, so you can put your date ranges here. Then further down when you go, you can narrow down your search results again by any time, okay, on any language and stuff. Now you want something in Arabic, so when you're typing Arabic songs and you are seeing from 1998 to 2008 and you're selecting Arabic, so it would show you from the language that you select. Then it is from a region. Now generally when we browse, it shows us results based on our IP address. Now you are searching for something and you're sitting in India, but you do not want the results to show up from India. You want results to show up from the US or from the UK, or maybe it would be from different countries, from Dubai, or it would be from Jordan, Kuwait, wherever. So you can select the region over here and tell Google that I'm being very specific to show me data or blogs or whatever is being published from those countries. So you can put up the region here, then like how we had all time, anytime, or whatever. So in the last 24 hours, up to a week, up to a year ago, all of these. Then time, the site or domain. Yes, if you want it from Wikipedia, if you want it from Times of India, if you want from BBC News, or if you want only from .edu, .org, or any domain. So whether it's a website or a domain, you can be very specific and enter your search, a desired search here. So then items appearing. Now where do you want the items to appear? Whether it is, let's look up here, whether it is anywhere in the page, be it the title, be it the meta description, the URL, or anywhere in the body. So that's when you type anywhere. Or if you say in the title of the page, in the text of the page, in the URL of the page, in the link. So where do you want your keyword to appear? So then you can select accordingly. Then your safe search. Yes, so search, show most relevant results. Filter out explicit results, show most relevant results. So then again, that's up to you. Then how we had, whether it's a PDF format or whatever format you are looking for, PDF or PostScript, whatever it is, you can go ahead and narrow down and filter down your search accordingly. And last of all, we spoke about infringement of copyrights and stuff, right? So then here you are searching for images. Then you can say free to use or share. Not only images, you can search for anything, your PDF format, whatever format you are searching for, be it text also, you can just filter it down, free to use or share, free to use or share, even commercially, in the sense, even if you want to use it commercially, if you select this free to use or share, then there's going to be absolutely no copyright issues. Even this does not have copyright issues. Then use to share or modify, you can even play around and modify the stuff. You can choose this particular filter, then choose to share or modify even commercially. All right, so it depends on what your criteria would be. You can go ahead and filter down all of these results. This is your advanced search on Google, and click on advanced search, right? So then what's going to happen, it's going to show you results based on your specific filters. And yes, now Google keyword planner is in fact one of the most important topics of this module, in fact, for content writing itself, because we need to, in the first module we've discussed that how important keywords are. With the help of keywords, we would definitely be able to increase our organic reach in the sense, to be more specific, rather than just paying. Organic reach is, with the help of keywords, incorporating other keywords that people are looking for, we are able to get to them without having to sponsor our posts. That's your organic reach. Okay, so now let's pull up Google Keyword Planner. Okay, the thing about Google Keyword Planner is actually you need to have an account set up, you need to give in your credit card details and all of that. See, Google Keyword Planner is basically for people who have accounts with Google AdWords. Now when we, in the first module, when we spoke about chocolates, giving you an example about chocolates, let me just pull it up and just refresh your memory again anyway, in case you have forgotten, right? So yeah, chocolates. So you see these sponsored posts, these are from Flipkart and Me, Phones and Petals and all of that. So these companies or these brands, they have bidded for this particular word chocolates. Obviously they'll be bidding for different keywords. Now if I type t-shirts, Flipkart also sells t-shirts, right? So there's a probability that they've also having a high bid on t-shirts. keywords. Now, if I just say children's clothes, let me just say girls red frock. Okay, red frock. So you see the sponsored content is from Amazon, First Cry, Flipkart, Amazon. So even Hopscotch is also a brand for clothing, right? But Hopscotch is not showing up here in the sponsored posts, firstly, because they have not bidded on red frocks, the keyword. Now, if I just simply say frock for girls, let us see what comes up. Okay, Shein comes up. There are so many here sponsored differently. Now, if I say clothes, kids clothing, let me just see if Hopscotch is bidded for that keyword, kids clothing. Yes, here we have Hopscotch. So Hopscotch hasn't bidded for the word red frocks, right? They are not being very specific and bidding for each and every keyword. They are just bidding for something generic, which is kids clothing. You have Little Muffet and you have Hopscotch. They are bidding for this keyword kids clothing, which is why they are showing above, your Amazon and all that. Amazon is not bidded for the keyword kids clothing, right? So whoever bids for a keyword, they would show up firstly in this sponsored post over here. So this is the use of the keyword planner. So basically it is for people who actually get down to go ahead and start bidding and paying out money into advertisement. Like, in the sense, if I'm from Hopscotch, I would definitely want to understand the trends and what people are generally searching for with regards to kids clothing and all. So based on those keywords, I would understand what is the running bid, and I would accordingly place my bid. Like, say for example, if kids clothing, the highest bid is 17 rupees. Okay, just for an example, 17 rupees. If I want to show up before Hopscotch, and if Hopscotch is bidded for 17 rupees, I would say kids clothing and I will bid for 19 rupees. So then what happens? My brand, say XYZ, will show up before Hopscotch. So this is the main idea, to understand the keyword planner as to what is the keywords that people are searching for, what is the highest bid, and how do I get down to advertising and all of that. So that is also linked to keyword Google AdWords. So now when I click on Hopscotch, it's only then that Hopscotch would become liable to pay to Google. So it depends on whatever the bidded price for kids clothing is. I have kids clothing, the sponsored content has come up, Hopscotch has come up, right? So now when I'm clicking on Hopscotch, it's called pay-per-click. So now since I've clicked on Hopscotch, Hopscotch becomes liable to pay Google. So this is how it works. If I hadn't clicked on it, obviously they wouldn't have to pay Google. They are just taking the space, and Google will get money if only we click, regardless I buy or not. Okay, so that's one thing. So now let me show you how keyword planner looks like. So yes, I already have an account. I've signed up and all of that. I have my account. So if you want to use Google keyword planner, it would ask you first your credit card details, which you would just have to input your credit card details. And sometimes you may be lucky, you may just escape that whole thing of giving your credit card details and stuff. Otherwise, generally it does ask you for your credit card details, because it's understanding that you are entering into keyword planner because you need to spend some money on advertising, right? So you are going to be opening a keyword Google AdWords account, and through Google AdWords you're going to understand what are the trending keywords, and from that you want to go ahead and bid for keywords that would be suitable for your brand. Okay, so now since I already have an account, I'll show you real live examples of how we can search for keywords and stuff. So I go through incognito tab. My incognito, remember when we spoke about this DuckDuckGo does not track you, right? So that's the same thing. If I open a tab on Google, which is an incognito window, then what happens? I am not being tracked, my search history is not tracked, and basically I'm just protecting my privacy. Okay, now let me open up my Google keyword planner. I'll take you through my account. So now here we are going to be discovering the keyword. We are not using Google keyword planner now to go ahead and bid and advertise. I just want to use keyword planner right now to understand what would be the keywords which would be relevant that I could use in my blog. Okay, so yes, so we need to go ahead and give your email ID. We'll ask you for your password as well. You should go ahead and give your password. So now it's taking me to my Google Keyword Planner account. It shows Google Ads. The main thing is to use Keyword Planner is to understand the keywords that are relevant, and for me to go ahead and spend some money and advertise with Google. Right now, I obviously, like I told you, I do not want to go ahead with the advertising. I do not want to get keywords just to go ahead and advertise. I'm using now Keyword Planner only and only for me to understand what are the keywords people are generally searching for. Module 1 1 when we were talking about keywords, I said that most of the travel websites, when people are searching travel flights and stuff, they would generally search for cheap flights. So cheap flights has 74 lakh queries, and low budget and budgeted flights. All of these keywords have just like thousand and hundreds. So if at all I want to increase my organic search, that is without, if I want to reach out to more number of people, more number of audience, more number of to a larger audience, and more number of potential customers, I need to rightly use the keywords that they are searching for. It's only then that's going to be bridge my content with their search, with their keywords, and it's then going to take my content there to them. Okay, so now this is how it looks. This is the keyword planner. Now when I go here, this is actually Google Ads. Okay, so now when I click over here, I need to go to keyword planner. So now I go to keyword planner. Now before you go ahead and understand what are the keywords, you first need to have a topic in mind what you have to write about. Or if, say for example, you are into a candle making business. Okay, so now you want to see what are the different keywords people are searching for, so it would help you to reach out and sell your candles to a larger audience. If you do not have those keywords included, what they are searching for, how are you going to get to them? So if you're having a cupcake business, right, you need to see what people are searching for in an area. Probably you just need to say cupcakes online, and then it will be, you'll get different keywords. Okay, now let's look at a live example. Or just say I'm not selling any product, but I just want my content to reach to more number of people. So right now I will just focus on keto diet, since trending topic, and there are a lot of people searching on this particular keyword, keto diet, and what's it about and all of that. Okay, so now however, let me tell you, you can add more than just one keyword. Maybe when I say keto diet, I can say keto diet, I can say intermittent fasting and the like. So keto diet is the topic that I have in mind, is the topic that I want to write about. So this is my alpha keyword. So then once you type your main topic, what you want to write about, you would say get results. Okay, so this is the page. So now we are going to be concerned only about 3 columns. Like I said, we are going to venture into bidding. So if at all you had to be bothered into bidding and sponsoring your brand or your products, or it would just be sponsoring your blog on Google, then you had to look into this. Now say for keto diet, okay, the highest bid is 15 rupees and 18 paise, and the lowest is 4.66. So if I want to show up, okay, if I want to use this word keto diet, and if I want to bid on this keyword in the sponsored content, then what happens, even if I put 15.19 or 16 rupees per click, means to say my content with keto diet would definitely show up on the very beginning under the sponsored content, under the sponsored, remember, because I'm paying Google. And when would I be liable to pay Google? If each time person clicks on keto diet, types in keto diet, and if he or she happens to click on my blog, my content that is keto diet, it's only then that I would be liable to pay Google. So if there are 10 people clicking on my content through the sponsored way, then it would be 16 into 10. So in a day I had to pay Google 16 into 10. So yes, it would be, that's the way the math would work, but it's obviously not paid out on day-to-day basis. You save your, it's like you enter your credit card details and you set a limit as to how much has to be spent and all of that. So yes, anyways, these two are not our concern. Now we are only focusing on to get keywords in order to increase our organic search. So with the word keto diet, you have keyword by relevance. Now what we are also looking at is average monthly searches. Now what do you mean by average monthly searches? It means to say for this word keto diet, there are approximately 100k to 1 million, that's like 1 lakh, 100k to 1 million searches every month, and the competition is medium. Now what do you mean by the medium competition? It means to say not too many other bloggers are using these keywords, so which is good, fantastic. The competition is not too great, not too high, it's comparatively medium, and the search is extremely good. How the search, if it's anywhere about 10,000 also would be good. More than 10,000 results on an average monthly search is pretty good. So now we are concerned about the keywords, the average monthly searches, and the competition. All right. So now let's look at the other keywords. So there is also something as just keto. Then you have keto meal plan, which is high. See, if you see this, the search average monthly search is just 101K. All right, it's not too great, the search, and the competition is extremely high. So obviously I would not want to use this keto meal plan, right? The searches are not too many, in the sense not too many people. It's 100 to 1000 people on a month are searching for this, and the competition is extremely high. It means to say a lot of other bloggers are using this keyword. So when a lot of other bloggers are using this keyword and the searches are not that great, I definitely would not want to include, because the competition is high and my chances of being seen or increasing my chances, higher on the organic search would comparatively be low. So now here, if you see this filter button, I can filter down my search. So I click on it, and now automatically, obviously, because it's going to exclude your adult ideas, and my blogs, nothing is that would include adult ideas. So obviously that would be on exclude adult ideas. Then secondly, I have here competition. So now I've selected competition. I would preferably go with low and medium. Now why I'm saying go low and medium is because I do not want a high competition. There are so many other bloggers or other content with these keywords. Obviously my keyword is somewhere going to be hidden and overshadowed, right? So again, it works on the way you were to do your search. Maybe even if you put low and medium, and if you see that the average monthly searches are very low, then it wouldn't make sense. Okay, so here we go. It's just medium and low, the competition. So keto diet, see, how many keywords do we select and all of that? If you select 4 to 5 keywords, 1000-word article should do good, right? Let me just also tell you the keyword density. Okay, so 4 to 5 keywords for 1000-word blog works well. And now what is the keyword density? Keyword density is 3% is the keyword density. What do I mean by this? It means to say I've selected 4 to 5 keywords. Okay, so say I've taken keto diet, ketosis, keto pure, and keto diet explained. Okay, these are the 4 keywords that I have taken and I've chosen. So now I need to make sure that each one of these keywords is not more than 3%. It means to say each one of this keyword, like keto diet, I need to make sure that I do not repeat it more than 3 times in a 100-word paragraph. Likewise, ketosis, I just stick to 3 times in a 100-word paragraph, not more than that. Keto pure, again, keto pure, not more than 3 times in 100-word paragraph. So this is the keyword density. So I select 4 to 5 keywords, I keep it aside, I make a note of it, and then I start writing. And then how am I going to do my writing? I'm probably going to look at different blogs being published on keto diet for me to get insight, right? Okay, for me to understand how the other blogs are written, what are the main points they are focusing on, and so on and so forth. It can go on. So I pick up those keywords, I keep it aside, and then I start curating content from different blogs. And then I need to make sure that I incorporate these selected keywords into my blog. So as in how I'm writing, I need to incorporate those keywords, making sure I do not repeat a keyword more than 3 times in a 100-word paragraph. So that's keeping up to my keyword density. So that's one thing to be noted. Okay, because if at all I go more than 3%, that is if I include a keyword more than 3 to 4 times in a 100-word paragraph, it goes into keyword stuffing. Yes, the word is called keyword stuffing, and keyword stuffing is said to be an unethical practice. Keyword stuffing. So what is keyword stuffing? Keyword stuffing is when I overuse the keyword, not bothering about the keyword more than 3%. If I go to 4%, 5%, or whatever, 6%, if I overuse it, that's my keyword stuffing. So keyword stuffing is an unethical practice. Okay, so now coming back here, I've chosen the competition medium and low, and then I could see, yes, there's still there 100 to 1 million, which is like a good pick for me, and the competition is medium. Then let us pick up 10 to 100 and all is like really not important and not necessary at all, because it's too low to be reached out, right? Not too many people are searching for this. So let's look at some other keywords. Okay, so what I do is instead I would go ahead and again filter down my search. Okay, now I would say keyword text, and in keyword text I would say I want the word that contains or does not contain. Now here I say I want the word that contains diet. So what's going to happen, all the other keywords keywords which does not have diet, like for example, the Shark Tank keto, it does not have diet. So this is going to go off because I'm telling Google Keyword Planner to show me keywords with which only contains the word diet. So you see here, when I apply this filter, what's going to happen? Automatically, all the other keywords that do not have the keyword diet has disappeared. Now the Shark Tank keto was the word, and now it shows up Shark Tank keto diet. So now I've got a fair idea with regards to keto diet, what are the other keywords people are searching for. So keto diet tone and all of that. Okay, so now I don't see the search that great, right? So what I'm going to do is I would then again go ahead and switch to high competition, or I would go to keyword and I would say now I do not want the word to contain meal, right? So now what's happened, it's again filtered down. It's showing me different keywords that contain the word diet, and all of this, but does not contain the word meal, because I've told Google Keyword Planner to show me keywords with keto diet and does not contain the word meal. Okay, so these are the different ways to go ahead and do the filter. If you're not happy with the search, like 1,000 to 10,000 and it is medium, is pretty okay, but anything above 10,000 or you can say 10,000-ish is pretty good. If you're not happy with this, again, go back to your competition now. Go back to your competition. Is the competition? Competition, yes. Go back to the competition and now say, you can go back to the competition, excludes, which is here. You can click on this competition. Where is it? Okay, so we've already excluded adult ideas. Okay, fine. Yes, I do not want the adult ideas. Just say competition. Okay, I do not to index any value. Okay, fine. Okay, so these are the ways I would go ahead and do my search. Now I'm not really happy with this. Okay, so now what's going to happen? So now I'm going to like filter out, add a filter here. Yeah, okay, so it says here competition, exclude adult ideas. Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, so another thing is you can also go to this grouped ideas here, and now in grouped ideas, what's going to happen? Google itself, the keyword planner itself, is going to cumulatively pick up some keywords for me which would really work well accordingly. So under keto ultra, there are two keywords, which is keto ultra diet, Shark Tank. See, I didn't know there's something called a Shark Tank also, some diet which people are searching for, which is related to keto diet as well. And you have sim keto, diet free, egg, okay, egg in keto diet. So these are the grouped ideas, so which I would definitely want to check this as well. Then another thing is now my location over here, my language, search networks. Now this is through Google, right? Google and search partners. Then this is Jan to December. If I want to go ahead and check in the last 24 months, usually it would just generally show in the last 12 months. Okay, so I just want to in the last month or whatever is available, show me data for that. Or if I'm, I do not want keywords that people are searching only in India. I have an audience in other few countries which I would want to go ahead and filter down, because right now it is automatically showing us the search results only from India. Okay, now say for example, I type any other country, then it's going to show me the keywords that people are searching in different countries. And then I just say US coming up. Yeah, so then what's going to happen? It's going to show me the keywords that people are searching in other countries as well. Okay, so yes, so this is, and then if I say save, then I go back here. So now it shows India and US. I go back here, shows me in the US how people are searching for something that is related to keywords. Okay, so here, oh wow, that's like great. 10,000 to 100,000, which is keto diet food list. Then 100,000 to 1 million, which is keto diet food. Then 10,000 keto diet explained, which is again medium competition, right? So 1,000 keto diet menu plan, Jenna Jameson keto diet. Okay, so I think whichever would work well, and this has an extremely high price, which is 230 diet Coke keto, right? So whichever works well, I would definitely pick up. And what you can do is you can also download the entire thing, or you can just make a note of 2 to 3 keywords or 4 to 5 keywords and then incorporate it into your blog. So this is keto diet explained. now let's look at the factual answers. Now for factual answers, we have Wolfram Alpha. So this is very reliable, especially when you want to dig into facts and figures and statistics and all of. So let's pull this up. Wolfram Alpha, especially when you are, into academics, or when you want to do a lot of research that involves, a lot of stats and figures and facts. So if you have to rely only on Google, it would be a very tedious task for you to go and research each specific topic. So this is how your Wolfram Alpha, the computational intelligence it's known as. So you have different categories over here. So compute expert level answers using Wolfram Alpha's believed through algorithms, knowledge base, and AI technology. So under mathematics, you have n number of subcategories. Then you have science and technology, society and culture, and everyday life. That's on personal health, surprises, entertainment, and so on. So let's, for example, look on personal health. Let's see what we've got here. Yes. So examples for personal health. So again, you have food and nutrition, how much iron in 1 cup fresh juice on a diet, and if you quickly want to, count your calories on daily basis. So you basically, this is just all into your statistics, your facts and figures. So if you have any research that relies on facts, stats and figures, this is the search engine that you need to head to. Computational. Okay, so it depends on whatever your research categories. You can specifically go to any one of these. Otherwise, you can just simply type here whatever you have in mind. So let's just say India versus China. Okay, so let's open up. So now here India and China. So it's doing a comparison between these two countries. So it shows you the full name, the native name, the internet code, the flags. Now just imagine if the same thing we have to open up on Google directly. If we just say India versus China on Google, what are we going to get? Compare Google and Wolfram Alpha. India versus China, right? So let's do a comparison between these two. So here we get the GDP. Okay, fine. We need to go further ahead. So you get videos, you get parameters, you get basically different blogs written by different people. You get images, you get, maybe this is not what you are looking for when you are exactly focusing on. See, you have here separately, like you want to tell Google if you are specifically looking at the economy or at the war or the population, the GD, or whether it's a football. So we need to be very specific for each and every search that we need to do. When you go to Wolfram Alpha, it overall shows us only the stats and figures. It does not bring out tourism blog, neither does it bring out your football or anything. It just quickly the comparison between the two countries in terms of the statistics. Right, so it shows you the geographical properties, the total area. So the same thing when we go to Google, if we are looking for geographical properties, we need to specifically go and tell Google India versus China total area, or India versus China population density. So that's how we need to do one search after the other over Google. So when you come to Wolfram Alpha, everything is over here readily served to you on a platform, right? So you have the cultural properties, you have the capital cities, you have the GDP, you have the per capita, the index, the employment rate. Okay, yeah. So this is how specific Wolfram Alpha gives you the results in terms of your statistics, facts, and figures, which would definitely help you with your research. So if you have any topic in mind, you can head to Wolfram Alpha and do your research. Okay, so next we have images, clip arts, videos, multimedia. So we have here pic search. So when we are talking about images and stuff, we cannot just pick up any image from any website and just post it up on our personal blog, right? It may have copyright infringements. When I say copyright infringements, means to say that this particular property does not belong to us and we cannot use it until and unless you probably pay for it and download it, or you seek their permission. And so there are X number of factors which may intervene us in probably just putting up images or downloading any image randomly from the internet. So there are few websites that offer you free downloadable images without having the copyright issue. So you have here Pixar, Ditto, Google Video, and okay, so for more websites, I'll just type in here. You have Unsplash. These are free images. You don't have to bother about the copyrights issue. Then you have Pixels. Then you have FreePic. These have like a lot of images suiting any category that you would want to use on your blog, or and maybe probably for your creative writing, or just any kind of writing that you want to put up. Okay, so then for academics research, so for academic research, like how for factual answers, we had Wolfram Alpha, and yes, being very specific for our academic research. So let's pull up WorldCat. It's worldcat.org. Okay, so now this is the largest digital library. So you can find items in libraries near you. There are 2 billion items available here through a library. So you have a number of, different categories like that are written on. You have different formats available. You have books, you have the downloadable books, you have DVDs, CDs, articles, and the like. So now just let's focus on one topic. Let's say India after independence. All right. Okay, let's just stick to India after independence. And yes, if you've written a research paper and if it is being published and stuff, you can definitely look up for it on WorldCat and you would be able to find it. So look, so we typed India after independence and we've got a number of filters here through which we can filter down and narrow our search and be very specific to what exactly we are looking for. Okay, so there are all formats. There are totally 14,876 formats of articles, 12,362 articles alone. Then you have book, you have the printable books, the ebook, the thesis and dissertation, microform, manuscript, large print. And then you go further down, you have even the video file, audio, then you have images, you have journals, you have magazines, you have e-music. Each and everything which is relevant to your research, you for sure be able to find here, right? Then you can also narrow it down through the author. If you're looking on this topic by a specific author, you can find it all here, or you can just see the different authors. You have n number of authors, right? Then again, you have biography, fiction, non-fiction, then based on the audience, and then based on the topic, political science. So when you are getting down to do your research, another thing is you can just get a vague idea as to what are the different, topics being written on and what are the different formats. So it becomes easier for you to focus more on your research and to be very specific on what your research should be based on, right? So it gives you a clear picture. And like I said, if you've got any paper published, you can just simply type it here and it would show up or throw up, right? So in the search box. So likewise, this is going to definitely help you with your research and it is an amazing, great tool to use. So that's with WorldCat. Now, coming to the different search engines that we have, meta search engines. So browse across different search engines and extract the data out of the pool. So let's just say we go to sputter.com. Okay, these are meta search engines. Let me tell you what it is. SPUTTR.com. Sputter.com. Right. So now here in this, you type any keyword. Let's say we go to tiger. Okay. Now based on this tigers, it's up to you. It gives you like n number of search engines from which you want to be very specific and pull up your data. Going to see, we have Yahoo, we have Bing, we have R, then we have Delicious Day, TechCrunch. So many are available right now. We just say we want to go to Google Videos, or we want to go to Google Images or Google News. So let's say we go to Google. So Google News is going to throw up the data based on the tigers. So we opened up Sputter. What happened? We opened up Sputter. There was a keyboard. There was a search box there. So in the search box, we typed in our keyword, and then you are exposed to n number of search engines to which you think you would be able to definitely go ahead and switch over from one search engine to another search engine within a span of a few seconds. So that's just aggregating everything together and making it easier for you. So talking about tiger, now this is on Google that we picked up, Google News. So then you're not happy with this result, definitely go back, switch over to something from maybe ask.com, right? So it's redirecting us to ask.com. Yeah, now again, we have something on tigers is showing up from the search engine ask. So likewise, you can definitely use these Sputter to type in your keyword, be exposed to n number of search engines, not happy with one, quickly switch over to the other one, and it becomes easier and it narrows down your filters, right? So that's about these meta search engines. So likewise, like Sputter, you have Dogpile and info.com. Sputter is, however, more reliable.
So this Canva is a tool which is actually really, really helpful, especially when you want to come up with some interesting posts or some campaigns, marketing campaigns, or some sales copies or brochures or posters. Okay. So it is a one stop for all of your requirements. So here you see this Canva has like a lot of templates. Where did it go? Okay, so this Canva uses a lot of template. I mean, it has like a lot of templates, whether it is a doc, a whiteboard, an invitation, a card, a logo, a Facebook post, the cover, the resume, document, presentation, a video, an Instagram static post. You can also animate it, a flyer, then a poster, Instagram story. So basically anything. So anything that's on your mind. Let's say I go to book cover. I want to create a book cover. All right. So just go here. Now I get a plethora of different templates that I could use for my book cover. Now again, under book cover, I'm looking for a specific theme. So let's say romance. So now I'm going to get themes specific. But yeah, I would not suggest to use Canva while building your book cover because that you want obviously to be custom made, having like an imagination in your mind about the book and stuff. I'm just going to show you like, you pick anything here and you can start creating. Or let us say I go to a magazine cover. Yeah. So you see here, wow, this looks nice. So I can put maybe fashion magazine or automobile magazine. Okay. So this is the pro version though. So you can skip the pro version because it would ask you to pay for it. All right. So you can just skip the pro version. Yeah, so this is fine. It does not have any pro mark here, meaning it's free for me to use. So likewise, I'm going to get like a lot of those different free versions. Let me look for it. Oh, this looks nice, vintage type. All right, even this looks nice. This does not have like a pro. Or even if it is pro, you can go here and you can say build a blank one. You can just say magazine cover blank and you can get a blank one and you can start building it from scratch. Okay, so let's say I select this. I just say customize this template. And now I can go ahead and change whatever I want to, like the background. See, I just select on this piece here. All right, so I would say maybe some of the, no, three, fine. Maybe I want to reduce the size a bit. I want to bring it a little low. So I'm just going to select this piece and drag it here a little. Yeah. Maybe I want to change the font. Okay. So you see this like that. I can also change the text color. Fine. This looks ugly and bad, but yeah, I'm just showing you. Clear? Yeah. I can also like change the topic, whatever. So likewise, I want you to now customize. Now here, there are also some other elements. Okay. So let's say I'm looking for maybe tires. These are the pro ones. That's also a pro though. Oh, it's fine. Okay. It's just to show you how to play around. Now, what I want is I want to reduce the transparency of this. So you see what happens when I reduce and increase the transparency? Clear? Are you all clear? I would also show you some interesting logo stories. I would show you one here. By the way, do you all know the logo behind Nike? The Nike logo, what does it symbolize or signify? What does it mean? The tick mark. Is it only the tick mark or does it have more meaning to it? Okay. But did you know that is also the wing of a Greek goddess of victory? Okay, so that's a deep meaning, correct? Victory, goddess wing for a sports brand, very relevant. Victory, correct? All right. Then I'll show you this logo. What do you see? What do you see in this logo? Do you see anything? I think you call it the nut, right?
Yeah.
So you have a nut, you have a spanner or a wrench. I think it's more of a spanner. It's a spanner. You have a spanner, you have a nut, and you have the letter E. And what's the company name? Escorts. It stands for E. So you see this? This is a good inspiration, right? And it deals with something like hardware and all that. All right. Hyundai. Do you know what does it symbolize? The logo Hyundai. H. What does it say? That's it. Haven't you realized that there are two men shaking hands? These two are actually two men
Okay.
shaking hands. The buyer and the seller and the buyer. Yes, I'll show you. See this? Okay. So this is the actual meaning. Showing you, I'm taking you, see, canvas to you can build it on Canva, but I want you to build it here like this on Wix logo maker. Okay. So this Wix logo maker is nice. One thing is it is free. Even Canva is free. But then in this Wix logo maker, no, I have the option of the color combination, like the palettes. Because you saw earlier, it was a bit of a challenge to understand what colors work well when you guys were building the Canva course, right? So I say get my logo, or I think you would have different, like sign up, create a logo for a brand. Okay, when you will have two options on the Wix logo maker, whether to build it by yourself or get a professional. So for a professional, you'll obviously have to pay. So you say build it for yourself. So what type of logo you have, what type of business you have, you can say whether photography or, training, let's say training, online training course, for example. What vibe? I want fun, playful, creative, dynamic, timeless, whatever, and go on to next. What's the name of your business? What's your tagline? This I can, or it depends whether I want a tagline or not. Think of it later. So it's putting a design for me together. So these are some different designs it has brought for me. Okay, so let's say I just take this, customize. Okay, now you see this, I can add the text, the symbols, the shapes. Now you can play around with shapes to convey a message or a meaning. It depends on how cleverly you're going to be doing that. Symbols. Okay, you can use some symbols. Then you can upload your own images if you want. Okay, you have some templates, which I just showed you. I selected this, for example. Then the palettes. So say, for example, I do not know how to choose the colors rightly. So I have a good combination. Whoa, it looks so ugly. No. Okay, for example, I don't like this, but anyways. So I select this one specifically and I can change the color. So it will show me stuff that goes well with the background. Okay. Or I select this. I change the color. Fine. I can change the font. Change the font here. Change the name here. Add some shapes, whatever. And I can go ahead and save it or download it. Okay. Or I can just do snipping tool. Or I can just take a screenshot and cut it. It's better if you take a screenshot and you cut it rather than downloading, because it would ask you whether you want to pay for it and download it or you downloaded it for free. If you say I want to download it for free, it gets a little pixelated and the quality reduces. So it's better if you take a screenshot once you're done here before even moving on to the next page of downloading. Clear?
Okay, now coming to Google Analytics. So Google Analytics is in fact one of the very important topics. We've spoken about keywords. So Google Analytics is also a very important point for us to know, especially in the content writing industry. And in fact, one of the job description is also to know about the basics of content or basics of Google Analytics and all of that. So Google Analytics, yes, it is used by many of the small and large businesses. In fact, even by many of the Fortune 500 companies. Google Analytics is absolutely free. You don't have to pay up in order to use the services of Google Analytics. Yeah, any website for that matter, any website that is worth building is obviously worth tracking. You have a website, you've built it, you're running your website, you're managing your website, but ultimately you need results. You need like a report card, right? You go to school, you go to college, and even at work, ultimately, when you have our results, that's when we actually know how well we are performing. So the same thing with your website. You have your website, you're managing, you're writing, you are the admin and all of that, but ultimately you need to have a report card for your website as to how well your website is doing, how many people are visiting your website. So it's like a report card of how well your business or your website is doing. So yes, you can create it's important if you kind of create a separate Gmail account, being very specific for your business. So now you have your personal email account, and if you are trying to sign up for Google Analytics with your personal account, don't do that. You might as well open up a Gmail account which is very specific only to your business, and make sure that you maintain your business separate from your personal. So when you're trying to set up a Google Analytics account, make sure it is a separate Gmail account used specifically for your business. Okay. So now there is your Google Analytics, right? So now Google Analytics, even though it is a free service offered by Google, the thing about this is you cannot use your Google Analytics on the free website, because your free website needs plugins. Now you may be wondering, what are plugins, right? So plugins are kind of added features to your website. Plugins, okay? So now plugins are added features that you can add to your website. Added features. used for Google Analytics. For Google Analytics is Monster Insight. Okay. You have many plugins, but however, this is one of the good plugins which incorporates your Google Analytics. Okay, so it is, I'm highlighting it, Monster Insight. So at the back end of your website, back end of the website is not when you just open up a website and you are directed to a website as a reader. Back end of your website means to say, it says back end, right? So back end of your website is where you are having the admin role. You can go ahead, you can add new content, you can delete your content, you can publish, you can post, you have the access to everything out there on the back end. Now in the back end of the website, you need to go ahead and install Monster Insight plugin, because Monster Insight plugin is a bridge way for you to connect Google Analytics and your website. Okay, so now Google Analytics, in order for you to sign up with Google Analytics, firstly you need to have a website, the paid version of the website, because let me tell you why. Okay, so now when you want to sign up with Google Analytics, you can sign up for a website or you can sign up either for a mobile app, right? So now if we are talking about a website, it will ask you for the account name. So you need to put in the account name. So for example, mine is Echoed Emotions. Okay, so we'll put up Echoed Emotions here. Then the website is www.echoedemotions.com. Then same thing with the website URL, website name or account name, it could be the same actually. Then the URL is actually the link. It's https www.echoedemotions.com. This is like the complete URL, which you can just directly copy the URL from Google and you can paste it here. Then you can choose the relevant industry. What industry? Mine is just blogging. I just blog on the website, so I can just choose whatever is relevant. And then what happens once I'm through with this page, towards the end, after I have filled in all my details, and which is why I told you need to have a website, right? Without having a website, you cannot complete this, cannot complete this block here, because it asks you for a website URL. And why does it ask you for a website URL? It asks you for a website URL to try and understand, yes, I'm Google Analytics, I need to kind of do a report or give you results for a particular website. So what is the website you want to link and tell me to go ahead and review and analyze, right? So now if I give echoedemotions.com, I'm telling Google Analytics that yes, this is the website I want you to review, analyze, and give me results accordingly. So once I filled in all of these details, then what happens? I get a tracking code. So a tracking code would be unique for each and every account, right? So I would get a tracking code. So now I'm going to make a note of that tracking code, keep it aside, and then I would again keep this tracking code, go to the back end of my website. Back end of my website, in the sense I'm going to go to my website and log in as the admin, wherein I have access, like how you have access to your Facebook, you can post, you can publish, you can do what you want, right? Others do not have access to post and publish whatever they want on your Facebook profile. So yes, likewise, you will have access to go to the back end of your website. And after having installed the Monster Insight plugin that I was telling you about, the Monster Insight plugin is where it's a bridge that connects your website to Google Analytics. So this is the Monster Insight plugin. So you go over there, and this track that is generated from your Google Analytics account, you go and feed the same tracking ID to Monster Insight. So now what's happening? You're kind of creating a link. You are telling Monster Insight that this is the tracking ID that I've generated specifically for my account and my business. So now I want it to be incorporated. So right, so this is the tracking ID which is incorporated. Now there is a connection between Google Analytics and your website through this tracking ID and through Monster Insight. So this is the main thing that you need to understand. Your plugin, the plugin that is used, how is it going to track, and what is the use of your Google Analytics, and how is it going to help you, and all of these small tiny details. Now I will show you a dummy account that I have on how exactly your Google Analytics looks like, and the different parameters and all of that, and how useful it would be, where I could use it, and the like, right? So now I'll take you to a real live Google Analytics account. It is, so I just typed google.com/analytics.com, right? So when I type google.com/analytics.com, I'm redirected to this page. So then I've signed in and all of that just says start for free. Of course, you do not have your Google account, so I'm showing you my Google Analytics account because it has to be generated. If it is already generated and if you know about it, you can definitely go through with your own account. So now I'm opening a dummy account and we will look into the different parameters that are there. Yeah, so this is how the page looks like. It is opening up. Okay, so now this is the home page and it's talking about 0 active users right now. This is a dummy account. So this means to say right now there are no active users present for a website. Now we are talking about a website which is echoemotions.com, and it is a dummy account that I have signed up with Google Analytics, all right? So now it says that there are 0 active users right now. So means to say right now there are no active users present. So this shows results for the past 1 week. Okay, so now it will show you in the past 1 week how many users have been there, how many sessions, what's the bounce rate and the session duration and all of that. So now say, take for example, if there were 50 users in the past 1 week, it will show you 50 users. Sessions. Now, what are sessions? Each time a person who is on your website interacts more with your website. That is, if a person has entered your website, he is not just interacting with one blog post, he likes a lot of your blogs, okay? So he looks into blog 1, blog 2, blog 3, blog 4. So each time he switches over from one blog to another, it is called as a session, right? So your blog, you have your users, they are going through different sessions. So you can have 50 users and maybe 200 sessions. So an average, you can say, do the math and see how many times each person has interacted more with your page, right? So users, sessions, then this is something as bounce rate. Now the bounce rate, the lower the bounce rate, the better. So what do you mean by bounce rate? Bounce rate means to say a person has visited my website, he's been there on my website, not interacting with other blogs. He's just come into my website, he's looked at my blog, he's like, oh, gotten bored or fed up, and which is why he has left my website. So if he just leaves my website without interacting with more and more pages, the bounce rate is going to be increased. If at all he happens to interact with more number of pages on my website, then what happens? The bounce rate is going to be reduced, right? So this is how it works. The more number of sessions, the more number of interactions that I have from my users from one blog to another, the lower is the bounce rate. So, keeping your bounce rate at least 50% is pretty okay, considerable. Now, what do you mean by session duration? Now, session duration is you have different visitors, right? So each time a visitor visits your website and he spends some time on it, that is a duration. What is the duration on an average? If there are 50 users, right? So say one user has stayed for 1 minute, the other user has stayed for 10 minutes because he's really liked my website. He has gone to website A, B, he has gone to blog A, B, C, D, so many blogs, and he has interacted with a lot. So then it would be on an average, what is the session duration out of the 50 users? How much on an average has each person spent on one session? That is with regards to the session duration. Now we have a lot more of the other points that we have on the very home page. So if I further go down, it shows me the traffic channel, it shows me the source, it shows me the referrals, right? So now it shows me now in the past 7 days, where have I acquired my traffic from, whether it is mostly from social media or whether it is through referral or where is it from. Okay, so it's going to show me where am I getting most of my traffic from. If I'm getting a lot of traffic from my Facebook page, then it would show most of my traffic is being derived through social media. Okay, so then it says referral, direct traffic. So now what do you mean by direct traffic? Direct traffic is when people know a website, they directly, now we know Amazon.com, right? So when we go to Google and we hit Amazon.com directly, that's counted as a direct website. Okay, I mean direct traffic. Now if people, organic traffic is another one. Now when people type say white t-shirts, and Amazon has to come up, maybe it could be because of organic search, or maybe mostly it's because they're sponsored, right? So they have sponsored for white t-shirt. So when I say white t-shirt and Amazon happens to come, and I click on Amazon, that is through ads. It is counted as through ads. Now when I click on white t-shirts and say something on Wikipedia comes up, all right, so now I click on Wikipedia, that's counted as a organic traffic. Okay, so I'll give you another example for organic traffic. Now I write on, feminism and stuff. So there's a post that I've written on depression. So if at all there are users who type saying, ways to get over depression, and my website has to populate first. Okay, not really first, it depends on where it populates, and depends on where and how they wish to choose to go ahead and click on it. Now because of this keyword, ways to get over depression, my website is populated, and the users or the audience go ahead and click on my website because of the keyword. That is counted as an organic traffic. Then another one is your referral traffic. Now what do you mean by referral traffic? Referral traffic means to say there are other websites who are referring back to me, like maybe they've curated some kind of information and they've cited my source as a backlink, right? So and if there are people visiting my website through the backlinks that are available on the other website, that's considered as my referral. So let me put it down here and summarize it up for you. So we have direct, which I've spoken to you about, direct traffic. Then I have organic, then I have through social media, then direct, organic, social media, paid promotions. If I've happen to pay, and then say direct, organic, referral, yes, referral traffic. So these are the different ways which help me to understand how am I sourcing the traffic to my website. Is it more of direct, is it more of organic, or it is more through because of social media, or because I'm paying for it, or because of referral. So it helps me analyze and gives me a clear cut report as to where am I sourcing my traffic from. Okay, that's the other part. Then it also shows me the active users in the past 1 day, 7 days, 30 days. Then it also shows me the user retention. Okay, the retention of the users again in the past 6 weeks. Up to that I can see. Then yes, this is something important. It shows me when do your users visit, by the time of the day, right? It shows me by the time of the day. Then it also shows me here by the users, by the location, users by the device, whether it is to tablet or smartphone, laptop, or however my users are getting, or using which device to get to my website. So this is again, why would this information be necessary? Now when we are creating a website, we want to make sure that my website is compatible with each and every device, be it a mobile, be it a laptop, be it a tab, anything, it has to be compatible. So obviously when creating the website, the developer goes into making it and checking it across different devices. But however, for you to know where you are getting your traffic from and making sure that your website is compatible on all devices. Okay, so that's one important thing. And another one is sessions by country. Now, why do you think it is important for me to understand, how many people are visiting my website from which country? Okay, so there are n number of factors. Firstly, for you to understand understand. This is to who your target segment is. For, it could also be when you are trying to promote your products, or you're trying to promote your brand, or maybe it's just about your blog. You're just having a blog and you want to write. Now, understanding where your audience are from gives you a clear picture of what their preferences are, what their culture is like, or which language to use, whether they use UK or UK. If you have more number of audience from the UK, obviously do not use the US language. If you're having more number of audience from the US, stick to the US language, right? US English. So, and another important thing is for you to go ahead and write on those lines that, which are specific to a country. Then another important point is for you to do your keyword planner. Remember, when we were doing a keyword planner, there was an option for us to go ahead and choose keywords from a particular location. So we had an option to choose different locations. So I could go ahead and make sure when I'm looking for keywords, I could pick up a location that I have most of my audience from. Okay, that's one part. Then the other part is, if at all I want to venture into sponsoring, whether I want to have Facebook ads, or whether I want to, do Google AdWords and all of that, it becomes very easy, because even on Facebook ads, if I'm trying to boost a post, okay, what happens is I'm spending some amount of money. So say I'm spending 1,400, I would reach approximately, say, on an average of 400 people I'm trying to send out my ad to, right? And I'll be running it for say 6 to 7 days. Okay, so then it says reach up to 400 people. Up to, when they say up to, it could be even 100, 200, 300, or 400. Okay, so I'm spending that n x amount of money. I need to know to who's the right people I need to send out my post to. If there are people from US, I would send out I would include it in my ad, send out this post to most of the audience in the US. If it is just India, I would stick to India. If it is maybe Canada, I would stick to Canada. New Zealand, I would stick to New Zealand. So it is very important for me to also understand where my audience are coming from. Firstly, let me put it down here again. Firstly, to understand my target segment and create content accordingly, right? Second is to choose my keywords specific to the location, specific the location in the sense to where I'm getting most of my audience from, right? Then another important part is to indulge into paid promotions. So these are the different factors as to why I would require to know my location, or where I'm getting most of my audience from. Then here we have users by the time of the day. Now, why is this important? Users by the time of the day is important for me to make sure that when I'm posting stuff, I post it at the time my users are most active, at the time I'm getting more people visiting. If I happen to see that at 4 p.m. a lot of traffic I'm getting at 4 p.m., I would definitely make sure that I'm rightly active, or at 4 p.m. I'm putting a lot of blog posts, I'm sharing it actively on social media, and I'm interacting with my page, I'm putting up new content, creating new content, having more posts being published at the time my users are the most active, because they are active at that time, they require more new content, and probably they would just head to my website and look up for new stuff and all of that. So that's also another important thing. Again, another important thing is to make sure when I schedule my ads, in the sense, if most of the people are active at 4 o'clock, I would make sure that I send out the ad live at 4 o'clock to so and so, so and so, so and so location, right? So this is like a complete report card for you to understand. Now this is page views and page value. Now your blog, your overall your website has n number of blog pieces. Okay, say it has like 200 blog pieces. So don't go so far. Let's just say it has 20 blog pieces. Now from among the 20 blog pieces, which is the blog piece that has got the most number of views from which category. So it helps me understand if I've got more views for the food category or for the travel, for the wildlife, which is the one that are getting more page views. And if I'm getting more number of views from the food, so it means to say, yes, the people are liking a lot of food blogs. So I need to write more on what people like reading. So I would kind of create more food blogs relevant to the location that I'm getting most of my audience from. And again, in food blog, whether people are liking the Mediterranean style or the Indian cuisine or the Chinese cuisine, what am I getting more views on, which particular category am I getting more views on, again being more specific under the food. So again, it gives me a clearer picture as to what and how to go ahead and create and add more content. Okay, now there's furthermore to go and understand Google Analytics in its deeper sense. Here we have audience. If you go to audience, okay, in audience, it would again show us the active users, our lifetime, so many different, okay, to understand the demographics, to understand, and then again further in mobile, the technology, what is the behavior, the interests, all this goes into the audience. Now say for example, if we just want to go through the overview of the audience, all right, so let's go to the overview of the audience. We are going to get mostly the overview of where our audience are from and the like. So we would also know the age, the gender if we go into demographics. So let's just see the audience, right? Users. So new users. Okay, now what do you mean by new users and old users? So when I say new users, it means to say the user who is visiting my website for the very first time. And how is this taken into consideration? Based on the IP address. So you may be a same user, but you are logging in from different IP address, you would still be counted as the same user. I mean, as a new user. And if you are and if a new user each time a new user logs in, he is counted as a new user. And if you happen to log in from a different IP address, you are again not considered as the same user, you are considered as a new user. So it depends on the IP address, right? Okay, so now this is the overview of the audience. Here you have the country, the city, the system, whether operating system, the browser, mobile, through which one are they using. Okay, so you can get the full report in details for this. Then let us look, okay, hourly, day, by week or by month. So it is showing us now Jan 27 to Feb 2nd. So this is in the past few days, the 7 days, showing us. If we go to demographics, explore user, that we go to demographics. Let's see what they have under demographics here. It's loading. We need to see what's there in demographics. Okay, then here again we have age. Now if I want to see what is the age of my age and the gender, so I can go to age under demographics, right, and it should show me the age, whether 18 to 24 or 25. So accordingly, even I can create my content knowing the age of the audience. I can go ahead and sponsor and venture into sponsoring my content, keeping the age factor in mind. Now, if I happen to go to gender, yeah, it would show me totally whether I have more of female or more of male. Again, this would be useful for me to go ahead and create my content accordingly running. Okay, so this is how specific Google Analytics can get. Now, if I see under interests, what do they have? Okay, the segment are the categories, some of the interests. So likewise, you have the language, the location. You're being very specific now and going into detail, right? Okay, then that's about it. You have so many different factors to which you can narrow down your search and prepare like a report for yourself, for your understanding. Then you have acquisition, like I told you, right? Whether it is the traffic through Google Ads, or whether you want to just overview the traffic in general through Google Ads. If you want to see, it's through the campaigns or through keywords. Okay, then under social, whether it is through network referrals, referencing, or because of some plugins. campaigns that you have, all campaigns, whether you're paid for keyword, the keywords that you're paying for, or it's the organic. Now again, organic is when you don't have to pay for, and paid keywords if you're paying and venturing into your paid with Google AdWords and paying for a specific keyword. So that time you become liable to pay Google if people or any audience click on your product through same. Yes, then we have something as behavior, which I will take you through, but before that, this is the admin section. Okay, so now in admin section, when I quickly open this up, okay, so now I have various different categories that are over here. Now this is something that becomes easier. Now product linking. Now Google Analytics right now is just Google Analytics. If at all I want to link one or more accounts and try and understand all the different products on my Google Analytics page, I can definitely do so. Like AdSense. Now what is AdSense? AdSense is basically I'm enabling my AdSense is I'm enabling my website for Google to go ahead and start showing up ads on my website, right? So I'm telling Google that yes, I want you to show ads on my website because that's the way to monetize my website. Now, for example, let me just pull up and show you what I'm talking about and what exactly I mean. Thought catalog. Let's pull up this website. Thought catalog, right? Okay. So now you have different ads that are populating on this particular website over here. So it means to say, yeah, so let us pull up some blog. Let us see on self-improvement. Okay, let's just click. Okay, so now under self-improvement, let's just say I happen to click on one blog. Okay, because ads are going to show up on one blog. Okay, so now let us just open it up. 25 ways to accidentally ruin. Okay, now all this that you see here in between, you get a lot of ads. Where are the ads? Should ideally show up. Okay, yeah, so basically when you have ads in your website, I'm wondering why there are no ads populating here. Okay, any which ways. So when you open up a website, you are exposed to different ads, right, from different brands. Now now it means to say the ads are populating on that very website because that website has asked Google to approve AdSense on their account. So it means to say that Google goes to a rigorous check and see if this website is good enough for Google to start putting up ads on the website, because ultimately Google, so you see here all these are ads right in between. Okay, so if I happen to click on this, that means to say the brand is then the brand whose ad is populating becomes liable to pay Google. So when Google is able to get the funds, then Google shares it with the website. Now it is each time. Now I have ads on my website. Okay, so each time you click on my website, and if you go through my website without clicking on an ad, I make no money. If you open my website and you click on the ads that are populating on my website, it's only then that the advertiser is liable to pay Google. So when Google is entitled to get the sum of money from the advertiser, it's then that I am entitled to be paid by Google, because so a lot of details goes in between, getting your website AdSense approved. Firstly, it is about whether your content is genuine enough, whether you have enough of traffic. So there are n number of factors that Google actually goes through before approving your ad for AdSense. Okay, so now that is my AdSense. That's about my AdSense. So now here Google Analytics is just showing me the visitors, the number of visitors, and all of that. But now I want to see the money that I'm making. So that is through my Google AdSense account. Instead of having a separate account and seeing that there are 10,000 people visiting my website today, for example, but out of the 10,000, there are only 100 people who have clicked on the ads, and I am liable to be, and they are liable to pay Google only when the ads are clicked, right? So same way, even I am entitled to be paid only only for those 100 clicks and not for the 10,000 people visiting my website. So 100 people have clicked on my ads. In the AdSense account, it clearly shows 10,000 people visited, but only 100 people have clicked on your ads. So your amount for today is so and so, so and so. So this is a clear picture of how AdSense is. So now if at all I want to have my AdSense and my Google Analytics account, I can go ahead and link this product over here. Then cumulatively, it would show me my AdSense and my Google website results all on one page. So likewise, my ad, I'm spending money. Now the ad is I'm spending money, into advertise. So say for keto diet, or say any product that I'm going ahead and bidding with. So I'm paying out now. So then again, it will show me so many people have clicked on your ad. So I become liable to pay Google when I'm sponsoring. So that's when I'm putting up the linking up these products. One, AdSense is to know how much money I'm making, Ad Exchange is to know how much money I need to pay. If I'm not sponsoring, obviously I'm not entitled. And if no one's clicking on my website for the AdSense, then on the ads on my website, then I'm not entitled to make money. Then you may be wondering, how come the ads that you generally shop for, are looking for only those kind of ads populate? Now when you're shopping something on Myntra, no matter which website or on Facebook, it keeps following you, right? Now you've looked up for something, and wherever you go to a website, the same thing will be like, hey, you've left me back in your cart, you need to come and pick me up, and that kind. So it's all based on your search results. Now Google wants to make sure that they show relevant ads to the people who are seeking for information, because firstly, there are hardly a handful of people who actually click on ads. So second of all, if there is some ads that are totally irrelevant to them, obviously again they wouldn't want to go ahead and click. So the first thing is it has to be relevant. So we do not get the chance to go ahead and choose what ads shows up to you. And in fact, we have to be thankful Google does all the search by themselves, and they show up relevant ads to relevant people, which is why the advertisers are sure and happy that yes, my ads are being reached out only to the right people. And another thing is we are happy that ads are showing only to relevant people, so chances of clicking ads become more. So it's the way it is all linked. So this is about product linking, Google ads linking, AdSense linking, and if I want to link all products at once, I can go ahead and click on all products. Okay. Now there's something as personal tools and assets. So under personal tools and assets, we have the segments, annotations, so many different sections over here. So we will look into this, what each section means. So yes, under segments, it means to say it helps us to isolate data and analyze it specifically. That is, if you want to isolate data, it helps you to isolate data and analyze it specifically. For example, it isolates data from a particular country. Now, when I opened up Google Analytics, it showed us, overall data from all the countries together. Now I want to isolate data and understand the data only from one specific location. So I can do so in information to approach like the date of campaign. Yeah, then if I want to add in any more information, I can go ahead to the annotations and add the dates for the campaign goal, any other information that I would want more detailed data for. Okay, then another one is, yes, I was talking to you about bounce rate, right? Yeah, so bounce rate, so we need to keep it as low as possible. So under this custom alert, I'm saying that if at all I happen to see the bounce rate increase by 5% compared to yesterday, please intimate me. So then it automatically sends out custom alerts that look, your bounce rate is horribly increasing, which is not good. You need to get back to your website and you need to work out different ways. Now yes, you may be wondering what would be the different ways for me to try and keep my bounce rate as low as possible. One is to have a lot of hyperlinks. So when people look at my blog, I'm talking about travel. So in travel, I'm talking about 2 to 3 different topics. So say I'm talking about tiger reserve. So I'm talking about Gir, I'm talking about Ranthambore, I'm talking about Kabini. All right. So I want to make sure that I have hyperlinks specifically on Ranthambore. So if people are interested on Ranthambore to know more details, they can click on those hyperlinks that I've incorporated in this blog piece and redirect them to the blog that is specifically on Ranthambore. So likewise, they'll be interacting with a lot more pages. The sessions are increased. The more number of sessions increase, more number of activities. Obviously, that's going to help me to bring down my bounce rate, which is a good factor. Then yes, send scheduled emails. It helps to send reports to any, like, I have a list of emails. It would be probably to the content writers. It would be probably to the editors. I can add in the list of emails, so I don't have to keep logging on to analytics every now and then. I could just get scheduled emails directly with regards to the reports and the results of my website. Then yeah, it helps in making configurations. So these are more or less, just going and simplifying details, adding more information, getting more extracts, understanding your website better and more closely in order for you to create content and be more specific to your audience. Ultimately, it boils down to that. Yeah. So then another thing that we have in under analytics, we have something called as content grouping. Now, what exactly is content grouping? So content grouping is like, I can make up to 5 different content groups to understand and study the groups for each one specifically. Yeah, content group here. So if at all I want to add new content group, I could just randomly put out a name. So say it is lifestyle. So on lifestyle, what it would be like, rather than mixing up lifestyle and travel and food and all of that. So now I'm just making a group only for to understand, say, travel. Okay, so now this is a content group, I would say travel, and there are different ways. So now I would go here and say this, then by whether it is by tracking code, that's not really required, by tracking code and all of that. We would say new content group, and by the rule, we would set a rule. Okay, it is basically by tracking code, no, by extractions, that again is too much in real. We will just stick to create a rule. Okay, so by a rule, we will say any page. So in the sense, I want to understand the category about travels on my website, how they are doing. So I want any page that has travel to be under this category. So then where the URL contains travel, or wherever it contains, I want to make sure I include this. Okay, so now if I click on rule, it says page that contains, or it would be page title, screen name, anything that has travel. I would say for example, page contains, matches with, ends with. No, as I'll just say contains. Okay, and then I good to go. I can say done, and then I can further keep adding more categories. The second category would be probably I want to go ahead and add a category for maybe I added for travel, right? Maybe now I want to do for wildlife, or maybe now I want to do for food. So there are different categories. So when I'm trying to analyze and understand data, I want to solely understand specifically which is for one category at a time. So now that I've shown you how to go ahead and create these categories or your content groups, now I want to go and analyze. So after having this done in your admin section, now I go to the behavior section. Yeah, so under behavior, I go to site content. Under site content, I go to all pages. Right now, under all pages, here it would show up ideally. So it would show up my content group. other or whatever. So since I just showed you how it would be, it would show up here a content group. Now say for example, I click on travel, one content group that I've created. Now under this, it's going to be showing me the number of page views I've got specifically only for title. I mean only for travel. It is not going to show me results of food and lifestyle and wildlife. It's going to show me results and the page views only for travel. Now again, in travel, it would be a list. Okay, now say blog number 1 in travel, blog number 2, blog number 3. I will also get details as to in my travel category, which is the blog that has had highest views. And if I hover over it, it would also directly show me the link. It would redirect me to the link of my blog. So it is very specific and it shows me in detail how many page views I've got for each specific category. So likewise, I can understand what category works well, what category doesn't work well. And if this particular category is doing well, I should write more and more blogs on this category. And this is how I could reach out to the audience in a more specific manner. So I hope it's all clear to you. It is yeah, it could kind of be a little too technical, but yes, when you get down to try and understand the basics of analytics, it is very important for the betterment of your website, for the way it would help you to grow your website, understand your audience, know what your audience are looking for, try and create more content relevant to the needs of your audience. You are very specific with regards to the age, gender, then the location, which is going to help you with sponsoring your content, and all of these important aspects that you could otherwise be unaware of. So this is a big topic that we've discussed on Google Analytics. So yes, once you're in the content writing industry, it is very important for you to know at least the basics of, SEO, the basics of Google Analytics, how to go ahead and, better your content, how to go ahead and improve and all of that. Now this is trying and understanding the direct traffic and your organic traffic. We have already spoken during the Google Analytics, what's direct traffic, what's organic, what is referral, what is backlinks, and all of that, right? So now just a snippet about that. Direct traffic is the traffic which you get directly from the website. That is, if you type Google, you type directly Amazon.com and you go to Amazon.com, that's direct traffic. So if you have more direct traffic, it signifies that your domain is very catchy. See, it means to say that yes, you have a great brand recall value. So because Amazon, everyone remembers Amazon, everyone knows about Amazon, right? So we needn't go and search through different organic ways or whatever. We can just simply type Amazon.com. But now if you've seen off late, Google is also telling you, rather than going directly to a domain, you just simply type the thing that you're looking for in mind, right? And why are they doing so? They are saying if you have chocolates in mind, simply type chocolates and you get very relevant searches. It means to say they are trying to promote their paid advertisements. So if you type chocolates on Google, you are going to get a lot of sponsored content which you are likely going to click on. So this way Google is promoting themselves in order to which they can also make more money. Then if the domain is in sync with the organization, direct traffic increases and you will get repeated customers. Yes, obviously, if your Amazon.com is the brand name and Amazon.com is the domain name, so obviously both have to be in sync to get you more traffic. So organic search is traffic which we get through keywords. If you do extensive SEO and posting optimized content, then your organic traffic should be more. Organic traffic is when you're not paying for it, when you're doing a lot of work around with regards to using more and more keywords and stuff, you tend to get more visits onto your website without having to pay for it. Now let's look into Woorank that we have here. Now Woorank is to understand. Now Google Analytics is, when we are trying and understanding our own website, but Woorank is to get understanding about the other website and how other websites are doing in comparison to you. So you'll be wondering who are the other websites that you might want to go ahead and check and have a look on. So your Woorank would be, probably you could use Woorank to check on your competitors. Like you obviously not get the in-depth detail like how you get in analytics. Anyways, let's just pull up and show you. So let's say bye to Google Analytics and close the window. Yes, and now let's pull up Woorank. Yeah. So now here, if you see how many, yeah, so I've already checked. So this is, you can put in any website here. So say I type, you can just directly type it out as well. So I'll just type it out instead of copying the URL. I'll just say catalog.com, and I say try for free. Yeah, usually, and this is actually a paid for service. It lets you use it for 14 days free. After that, you are likely to be paying for it. Okay, so now this is the analysis and the data being pulled up with regards to the website specific to Thought Catalog. So we have green, orange, and red. Red indicates errors, orange indicates ways to improve, and green means we are good to go. So overall, it has 80%, which is like great. So let's just look. It's still working around. Okay, and if you see, there are a lot of experts as well. So you can just use one of their expert services to try and correct any errors that you see. That's for your own website, of course. Okay. Otherwise, if you're just reviewing your competitor's website, you may just want to know how many followers they have, and when they were started and something like that. Okay, so this is how it looks. Headings. This is too much in detail. Let's just look at the surface and skim through it. Yeah. So everything looks absolutely fine. The URLs, okay, there's some error here, are not accessible, it says. So then Thought Catalog, if they just look at this, they know what's to be done, what's to be fixed. Okay. Then it shows totally 1,28,086 discovered pages. Mobile friendliness is good. This web page is super optimized for mobile visitors, so it's compatible. Okay, this is technical. Let's look into the plugin. Yeah, nothing is detected, which is good. Probably they're talking about some plugin which automatically puts up content or something like that. Okay, yes, it shows us that website open tag. Yeah, let's look at the main thing and just let's skim through. Let's not get too much into technical, because we are not the technical guys, we are the content writers. Okay, so the trust indicator is extremely good, which is 89%, and child safety is 86%. So there's no negativity being spread over here. SSL secured, which means, yeah, what do you mean by SSL secured? It means to say HTTPS, which the website has HTTPS, which is good, and it is not easily it cannot easily be hacked and stuff. Okay, so the SSL certificate expires in 9 months. Okay, then you can see a little bit of information. The certificate issuer is DigiCert certification, basically. All your assets are minified. Okay, then let's look further down. Okay, so your website has a logo, basically. Okay, this was created 11 years ago and is going to be expiring in 6 years. So 11 years ago, when there were not too much of content being put up and all, that was, I think, the best time to start off, and they rightly chose the best time to start off, which is why they are so big brand today. Okay, then they are showing, so they're showing some confusing names here with which you can go and register, which is not going to make any sense. Okay, then it shows you here the visitor location, right? This bit is important to understand where most of their users are from. They have, you can go ahead and you just, okay, the traffic, this is the 6,097th most visited website in the world, which is extremely good. In fact, up to the 50,000 also is extremely good. Imagine with all the number of websites that are there today, being able to stand on 6,000 is extremely great. They are the 2066th website, most visited website in the US. Visitors location shows you, right? So this is your homepage is widely shared on Facebook networks. So social media engagement is again great. Twitter account shows you how many tweets, how many followers, 9,67,588, and this was created about 10 years ago. So we get all of these tiny bits of details which we could definitely understand. Now, when would be the other best option to use Woorank? One is to look into our competitors' website, right? The other one to look in and correct. See, first one is to look into our competitors' site. Second is to look in our own website and rectify the errors. Then another one is, now if at all you want to indulge into influence marketing and affiliate marketing, you want to tie up with one of the other brands and try and promote your products, not your product, try and promote your content. Say for example, you want to tie up affiliate marketing, or you want to go ahead with influence marketing. If you have a list of 5 to 6 brands, you are confused. So then you can work out and see which one to choose from based on the ranking, based on the number of visitors, on the location from where they are getting most of their followers, when it was created, how trustworthy are they, and all of that, right? So that is maybe to use for your influence marketing or affiliate marketing. Then another one to check the genuinity, whether a website is genuine or not, right? So these are the different factors which we would definitely go ahead and use Woorank for our requirement. So like Woorank, we have another website which is Alexa. So Alexa is basically from Amazon. It is a subsidiary of Amazon. Yes. Yes, so Woorank is easy to use the cloud hosted software that generates automatic website reviews, that provides a ton of valuable data for you to understand better, to understand the list of tasks, to increase the social, the SEO ranking and all of that, to understand the presence on social media. Then it offers a lot of money back guarantees to customers and staff if they are in 5 different languages. So small to big business firms also use Woorank as well, and they're paid. You have a lot of experts who can get you to rectify the errors and fix the errors. You have features like backlink analysis, then your continuous tracking of the website, and you can basically use it as a marketing tool. Now coming to Alexa, this is another website. So Alexa is a ranking given to your website. So basically it's a subsidiary of Amazon.com that was started in the year 1996, right? Started in 1996. So Alexa ranks your website based on the traffic it gets. So how is a website ranked? Now we saw that the ranking for Thought Catalog was 2000 in the US, and overall is 6,000 something in the world, right? So how do they give this ranking to them? So ranking is in fact the most important factor that determines the popularity and the profitability of a website, right? So popularity and the profitability. So Alexa ranks top 500 websites every month on the basis of the average monthly visitors and the page views. So now what do you mean by average monthly visitors? It means to say the number of visitors. More number of visitors, more number of traffic, more traffic, higher your page rank, right? So visitors and page views, and then it kind of understands which website is more popular, and the website with the more popularity, unique visitors and all of that, they get the higher page rank. Okay, so that's about Alexa. But however, Alexa is a paid service. We like how Woorank let us do a little bit of analysis, like the free trial. But Alexa, in order for us to go and do any kind of checking, we first have to give in our credit card details, and it's only then that it would let us go ahead and continue. So that's about Alexa and about Woorank and analytics. So analytics is studying our own website in detail, understanding each and everything in detail, in specific where our audience are from, where is our the location, the age, the gender. What time are they most active, what kind of content I need to create, what are the different categories, the more number of categories and that get more number of page views. So I have a clear understanding about all that with regards to my data. Now moving to Grammarly, like we've spoken about n number of tools, we've spoken about using keywords, we have spoken about, how we've discussed about the keywords, about how we can try and come up with some great titles, how we can definitely go ahead and spin our blogs and articles and make it more polished or fancy, and then how we could just, curate content and run it through the duplicate checker and see if it is a plagiarized content or absolutely genuine, and all of these little softwares and websites that we have gone to in order to go ahead and better our writing, right? But the most important part is understanding whether is perfect with grammar or not. Okay, so Grammarly is a company that develops a digital writing tool machine with using the artificial intelligence and natural language processing through machine and deep learning of algorithms, right? So obviously we definitely do not want to make our content be very low in quality, because when you're representing your content, you're representing yourself, you're representing your brand, it's your brand image that you need to take care of, and all of these little things, right? So we need to make sure that there is absolutely no grammatical errors that kind of pulls us down. So Grammarly is in fact one of the top 10 websites listed by Times of India. It's one of the top must-have apps for our writing practices and stuff. So let's just pick up. We've already picked up a piece, or we can just click on grammar and do a quick grammar check, right? Yeah, and in Grammarly, you have the free version and the paid version as well. So the paid version, obviously, it helps you to correct your mistakes and stuff, whereas the free version, it just points out the mistakes. And in the paid version, you can go ahead and, see how to go ahead and correct your mistakes, apart from just knowing that these are mistakes. So save something over here. You can just pick up, or you can just copy anything from the web, or if you have a piece, or you can just go to your Google Drive and pick up something and try running it through one of these grammar softwares and see how better you could go ahead and work on the grammar. Okay, so just copy this. Now I will do a grammar check. So you can start writing here directly, or you can just paste your text. Okay, so this is something that I've copied from the internet. Now it's going to check and proofread my text to see if it's grammatically correct or not. If not, it's going to show me and point out. Yeah, so it's pulled up kind of a report. So we have found 12 writing issues in your text, and have also detected significant plagiarism. Like I told you, it is I've picked up a piece from the internet randomly, so it also shows you whether it's plagiarized or not. So now here in the free version, that I'm just working on the free version now just to show you. So it just points out the errors, right? Spelling, okay, fine, there's no spelling mistake, grammar, and punctuation. See, punctuation and the compound marks would show a significant plagiarism, right? So now these are the mistakes that Grammarly has pulled up a report on. Now, in order for me to go ahead and correct these mistakes, there are different plans. It shows 750 per month or 500 per month or annually. Definitely has a lot of advantages with, polish your writing better, go ahead with making your punctuations right, never faltering with your semicolons or your colons and your hyphens and all of these. Okay, so this is one part of your grammar check that we can go through. So that's about Grammarly. However, we have other kind of tools also to go ahead and check. In fact, and they are even more advanced, I would say, than Grammarly, because for Grammarly, in the free version, what happens, we can just only see what our errors are. If at all we need to go ahead and rectify those errors, then we need to subscribe and pay a monthly subscription for Grammarly. Now let's look at Ginger. So Ginger software has developed a language enhancement technology that uses statistical algorithms in conjunction with natural language processing, aiming to improve the written communications, develop English speaking skills, and boost the smartphone productivity. So now let's go to Ginger, and the same copy to text that I have, we will try and post it on Ginger and see if we can correct the mistakes or it's just same like Grammarly. So let's have a check with Ginger. Yes, I would suggest you simultaneously open it. You can pick up anything by yourself from the internet or whatever you've written, stuff like that, right? So now let's go. So now here I go in and I paste my copied content, the same that I pasted on Grammarly to do a quick check. Okay, so the limit is 350 words. Your text was was longer than 350 characters limit. So it will, okay, so what we'll do, okay, fine, truncated. Anyways, no issues. So we'll do one thing, we'll take a new text, we'll try keeping it short and simple. See, the paid versions obviously have come with their own advantages. When we are using the free versions, it has kind of drawbacks, right? So, but nevertheless, 350 at a time words, we can do a quick check and try enhancing it. I'm guessing this should now fit. Okay, let's ginger it. Okay, anyways, now new text. It wants maximum up to 350 characters on the. So again, let's go ahead and keep it very short and see if it works this time around. Okay, so there's an issue here. I'm not the greatest writer out there, but like if you were through the first module, I told you when there is a coordinating conjunction, you need to use a comma instead of a semicolon. Anyway, so let me see if Ginger would go ahead and rectify this. Okay, I'm not the greatest writer out there. What does it show? So basically that you can check anything that you want. This kind of didn't have in this piece didn't have enough stuff to show you what works right. So here if we could just go through this, shows us the advantage of using online grammar checker. Yeah. See, for example, we have a number of examples here itself. So the smell of flowers bring back memories. It should be the smell of flowers brings back memories. Then 6 people lost their life. It should be 6 people lost their life. So it marks the red as an error and the green as the right one. So if you have kind of, a piece which has a lot of errors, it's only then that it would really work and for you to see how better it could get. So here Cheryl went to the tickets office. Cheryl went to the ticket office, it should be. So if it's all you're confused with, these small mistakes, you can just run your piece once on Ginger as well. Instead, if you have the subscription to all, it's better if you run it through all, because one software may differ from how the other one works, right? Okay, so basically it would check the words, the mistakes, the usage of the words, and each and every tiny detail. So that's with your Ginger. Now there's another one that we have here. It's the Hemingway. Okay, so Hemingway is an app for checking the article quality. It highlights long, complex sentences and common errors. It highlights the words or sentences with colors, and each one having its own meaning. So now let's pull up Hemingway and see how good this is. See, in the content writing field and in the industry, you need to be aware of such kind of, you need to be aware of this different softwares that are there that we could use to better and enhance our writing. Okay, so here we already have something. It becomes easier for us to go ahead and see how it looks like. So the app highlights lengthy, complex and sentences and errors. If you see, okay, you can utilize a shorter word in the place of a purple one. Okay, now if I hover over this one, it would say instead of using utilize, I could replace it with use. Then if I hover over this, it shows me that there should not be a space between mouse and over. Okay, help adverb forceful. So it's telling me to omit, use a forceful adverb instead of helpful. I might as well use a forceful adverb, right? Perhaps being instead I need to use an active voice here instead of saying, so phrases in green are marked to show, right? Instead of saying have been, are marked, be use the active voice. So this is how we need to understand. And then now what I can do is I've already pasted it. So the thing is you could go ahead and again, this is the same one in fact that I checked on Grammarly, that I checked on Ginger, and I'm checking on Hemingway. This is the very same piece. And I found that Hemingway is way better and it gives me exactly the tiny details and it shows me how to correct it and how to better enhance my writing. So by far when we compared Grammarly and when we compared Ginger was totally not really up to the mark. And when we compared Hemingway seemed to be by far the best app for checking your grammar, right? And also why not? Because it's since it's free, so anything that's free is really nice, right, to use. Yeah. Now coming to copyrights. So what are copyrights? Now there is a difference between COPYRIGHTS and COPYWRITS. Okay, that's copywriting. The other one is copywriting. That is the copyright wherein you are writing for ad copies and the like. Okay, so that's a different copywriting, and this copywriting is when we are talking about infringement of copyrights and stuff. So yes, so copyright, COPYRIGHT is different from COPYWRITS. That is copywriting for your ad copies and stuff. When we're talking about this copyright, it means to say it is a protection of their, the copyright work, your written stuff and all that, which belongs to the author. Okay, so yes, it's a legal means of protecting an author's work. However, the length of copyright protection lasts up to the life of the author, probably plus 50 to 100 years after that, depending from one country to another. So it basically, when you are infringing someone's copyright, it means to say it's a way of stealing and passing on the ideas of words of another as your own, which is also known as a literary. So to use an other's production without crediting the original source is a copyright. So in order to go ahead and avoid plagiarism, we need to go ahead and cite the original sources. So take, for example, you have curated content from website A, B, and C, all right? And you need to go ahead and you have incorporated it in your blog. So now when you incorporate it in your blog, you need to cite the sources. In the sense, when I say cite the sources, towards the end of your blog, you need to say references and you need to give the links to the blogs. It means to say you're telling the people that I've referred content from this website, this is the link. If website I've referred content for website B, this is the link. Website C, this is the link. So you're giving them the links. It means to say that yes, you are acknowledging the fact that you have referred to website A, B, and C in order to curate content. Now another thing, when even though you are curating content, it does not mean to say you just point blankly take a piece, copy it, paste it, copy it, paste it, and together come up with a fresh piece. No, it does not work that way. It means to say, to get away from plagiarism, indeed you can get insights and see ideas and seek ideas from different blogs written on your topic and stuff. But the main thing to get away with plagiarism is making sure you do not repeat 6 consecutive words from other website or from another blog. Okay, so or these are some of the softwares and the websites which we'll just go through now. I was talking to you about the 6 consecutive words, right? So there shouldn't be 6 consecutive same words. So for example, here Ram and Sham are very good friends from the childhood days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So totally 11, right? So now we need to rephrase this in our own words, retaining the original meaning. So Ram and Sham are best friends. It's said very good friends here. So we need to make sure that we do not repeat 6 consecutive words, right? So instead of very good, we are probably replacing it with best friends from their childhood since their childhood days. So this is the way we need to break a sentence, retain the original meaning, rewrite it in our own words. That way we would not be intervening and infringing in any kind of copyrights. So read Ram's work and agglomerate it in your own words. Don't copy the content, either be objective or subjective, and don't put the blame on another person. Right, so that's one way. And now we will also check the different softwares that we have, the different websites. So let's say we go to Dupli Checker. Okay, so this is a plagiarism checker. Now this duplicate checker works differently, and there are different websites that work differently. Either you can completely upload a file over here, you can upload a file and check for plagiarism, or you can just simply paste it here. Okay, so now I've already copied a particular piece from the website, which is Thought Catalog. All I do is paste it, and now when I've pasted here, 1,000 words limit you have. It says loading. Let us see what the result looks like. Okay, so it will give me a report of how much of it has been plagiarized. Grammar check, we'll say check plagiarism. Right now we want to go ahead and do the plagiarism check, not the grammar. You can, however, do both. First check for the plagiarism, then check for the grammar. Okay, so this shows 100% plagiarized, right? Exactly. Now, why is it showing 100% plagiarized? Because I've copied the content directly from a web page that has already been published. Correct? Now it is not original content. It's also showing me where I've copied this text from. I've copied it from Thought Catalog, which is over here. So each and everything in this is plagiarized. So I cannot just copy some stuff that is already being published and put it as my own. So it shows here 100% plagiarized. So in order to make it unique or start a new session, it shows 0% unique, and it shows me the source, and also it shows me the link from where it has been copied. So it is, my mind is a palace stuffed with exquisite garbage, and which is exactly the one which I copied from here, right? So this is exactly showing me and taking me to the link also. It shows me that I've copied from here, and yes, I've rightly copied it from here. My mind is a palace stuffed with exquisite garbage. So likewise, now if you already have a piece okay, that you have written on your own, or that it has never been published or something, or maybe you're just curating content from website A, B, and C, and then together you are going to go ahead and publish it. But before that, you want to make sure that it does not infringe any copyrights. So you will do a quick run here. If at all there are any plagiarized content, it's going to be highlighting you the plagiarized content. It's going to be showing you the level of plagiarized, from where it's being copied, the links and everything. So in that case, you can just make sure what are the links that what are the highlighted contents, and you can rephrase it just to get away with the infringement of copyrights. All right, so this is your plagiarized part. When you copy from the web as it is, it directly shows you that it has been copied from elsewhere. Now I've pulled up something from my own document, and let us see if it has been plagiarized or not. This is something that I have written. Okay, so now let us go again to plagiarize. Just see if it's plagiarized content or not. Check plagiarism, and it's checking. Here it's pulled up the result. Yeah, so it shows 100% unique, 0% plagiarized. So it means to say that yes, whatever I've written is not copied from anywhere else. I'm good to go. I can use this and go ahead and publish it without having to worry if it falls under any kind of infringement of copyrights. right? So same way, you can also do a run, you can check, you can definitely go ahead and curate content from different websites. Make sure you leave a link, and make sure there are no 6 consecutive words repeated, and make sure you do a check on, once you can do it on a Spinbot and try and polish it better. Once you can use one of these websites to see if it is under plagiarized content or it's absolutely unique, and go ahead, and these would be some of the extremely great helpful tools through your writing journey. Yeah, so some of the points we spoke about: make sure we do not repeat 6 consecutive words. Now, Creative Commons. So now, what do you mean by Creative Commons? We can not use picture credits for using pictures. Please refer link. It means to say, when you use this CC, it means to say you are kind of letting the other people share your images with giving credit to you. So that's the basic thing. Okay. Now, learning about article spinning. So what is article spinning? Have you heard of it? Okay, so article spinning is, we have different websites that you can actually get to, spin your article. When I say spin your article, in the sense, it means to say you have written a piece. So what you're going to do is, now you're going to copy that piece. Either you can just copy it, or you can upload a file, and then try and spin it using any one of these software. So when you spin it, what's going to happen? It's going to give you a new shape to your article. Probably it's going to it's for sure try and retain the original meaning as much as possible, but it would try and give it a new shape in terms of using different words. Maybe it may try and polish it a bit. It may try and give different synonyms to the same thing and all of that. Okay. So now let's just check out spinbot.com. However, these are free. Yes, these spinbot.com and Article Spinner, Spinner Sheaf. So we will try 2-3 of these and see what works for us. So let's open spinbot.com. Then I will open up my website, and I will pick up probably 2 to 3 lines from here. Okay. And I'm just going to try and spin it now. Okay. So same thing, you can just pick up anything of your piece that you've written. Otherwise, just for you to get a hang of it, you can just open up any website simultaneously and try and spin the given piece. Yes. So once it opens up, we will run it through and see. So here you can, yes, so you have up to 10,000 characters, which you can go ahead and check out. So now I've copied that. So now what I'm going to do is I will paste. Okay, so I will paste the stuff here. Copy it. Once you've copied the piece. Yeah, so now once you've copied the piece, just paste it here. So let us read that before. There's a special category of knowledge for unpleasant things that you know intellectually, discuss openly, and yet cannot fully comprehend on a fundamental level. It's like when you and your friends pick apart the intricacies of a relationship you all know is doomed, or whenever you read that the only real way to stop looking so tired is to drink water all day long and go to bed at a reasonable hour. This is how my internet use made me feel for a long time. I was aware that it was making me manic and increasingly nihilistic, but I still logged on every day for 4 to 12 hours just to see what was up. Okay, so now this is the one piece that I've copied from a thought catalog, and I just want to spin it and see how the different shape would look like, with the help of Spinbot, the different way in which we could write this. Okay, so then I just say, I'm not a robot, check this box. Once it's checked, we hit go, and then we see the spun article now. Okay, so now we go way down and we see what the spun article looks like. Yeah. So there's a unique classification of information for unsavory things that you know mentally, talk about straightforwardly, but can't completely appreciate on a major level. It resembles when you and your companions dissect the complexities of a relationship. All you know is damned, or whatever point you read, that the main genuine approach to quit looking so worn out is to drink water throughout the day and hit the hay at a sensible hour. This is the way my web utilized caused me to feel for a quiet while. I knew that it was making me hyper and progressively skeptical, yet I, despite everything, signed on consistently for 4 to 12 hours just to perceive what was up. This seems to be pretty okay. This is the different shape using Spinbot, one of the spinning article websites, a different shape that it gives us. So likewise, we have Spinbot and we have quite a few that are mentioned here, so you could use anyone. Now you may be thinking, yes, I can get away, I can just keep using it each and every time, and probably I can get away with plagiarism and stuff. But no, it doesn't really work that way. In fact, there are also softwares which would catch the spun articles. So if at all article is spun, there are different ways, different softwares to detect if an article is being spun or not. Now, for example, I have copied this piece from Thought Catalog, and if I just take this piece, I just spin it around and I put it on my own blog, it's not going to work. It's going to still come under copyright content, and obviously copyright content is a big no, right? So when do you think you could use these software and stuff? Maybe you could use it when you are trying to go ahead and spin your own article, old article that you have. You're just trying to spin it and give it a new shape. It could be one of the way that you could really use it. And there could be different ways, like you're just giving a new shape, you're just trying to see how better you could have written this particular piece. So it's mainly to use it for your own article. So we can also check out freearticlespinner.com, articlesheaf.com, free article spinning, any one of these, to see what works well and what works best for us. So yes, if you have anything that you already have as a piece, you can spin your own article. Else what you can do is you can just copy from the web right now, just to get the hang of it and see the different shape it gives to a already present article. When to use a spinning technique? Yes, like I told you, it is good to give a new shape to your own old content. It gives you a better idea to present your own content. Like say for example, before you've written something, or before publishing it, you just want to quickly run it through the software and see if there are some sentences or some ideas or some better words that you could incorporate. You could then change it accordingly. Then it gives you different sentence framing and synonyms. Then yes, and when not to use it, it is not right to use spinning to escape plagiarism. So there are softwares that catch the spun articles and underline them as copied or plagiarized content. So beware of spinning and copied content. Yeah, so now we have Google local pages. So what are Google local pages? Basically, Google local pages means that when users search for your company or similar businesses on Google, that's when they type, say, for example, you have a cupcake business, and when they type cupcake businesses near me, your business should show up in the search, right, for them. So that is, it's going to be enabled if you have a Google local page. It's going to show the map. It becomes easier for them to navigate and reach out to you. So yes, so your business will appear on Google Maps and in the local searches. This will then enable or enhance your reach to a larger or a greater number of audience. Thus, it is important to claim the listing to make sure that it has the correct information, right? So now when you click on this link here, you need to make sure that your business is listed on Google, right? So in order for that, you need to click on this link, and it will redirect you to wherein you will have to see if your business is already there or not. If it is not there, you need to give in your business name, you need to give in the address, your phone number, all of this, and then you can go ahead and start managing your account. Okay, now it says sign in or manage now. Let me just see if I already have my account here. So mine is already listed, so it already shows me now since it's there. Now for you, if it is not there, you can just see if if your business is already listed or not. And if it is not listed, you might definitely go ahead. You should definitely go ahead and put in the name of your business. You should put in the exact location. You should also cater to the services which are relevant to your business. business, or it could be maybe you're into clothing, or it could be into candle making, into cupcakes, into baking, or into powder coating, whatever it is, you need to make sure that your business is listed on Google. So here it is. So it's listed, and yeah, so that's good to go. So in case it's not listed, it will not show up this way. So once it is listed, once you claim for it, you manage your plan, this is how it's going to look like. Now there are some other important points that let us look into. Complete your recommended task to reach your goals on Google. Let us just see what's this plan about. Reply to your first review. So it means to say that yes, we have reviews on that. It helps us to go ahead and respond to customers. So add cover photo. Yes, so now it gives in especially restaurants and especially dresses or boutiques or whatever. So it would make sense for us to go ahead and have a cover photo of our company, of our brand, of our business. So this is going to help customers discover our business, right? So you can upload a cover photo here, then upload your first business photo. This is how this is again further going to go ahead and help your customers or your potential customers. Then view your business on maps. So let us see how this looks like. View your business on maps. So once it loads, I'll be able to see that yes, how my business looks on maps, where exactly it is. Yeah, and it exactly rightly shows here, and it is showing perfectly on Google Maps, and I'm happy with the way it is showing me the right location. I'm satisfied with it. Yes, so that's one part, and I'm good to go with that. So this is how I can go ahead and see all of that. Now let's look at the other insights as well that we have here. Let's look at the posts that we have on for my business page that's listing on Google. So create an offer post, okay? Feature a special offer, attract customers with a limited time deal or discount. Or you can say quickly, hurry up to my store. In the next 2 hours, I'm giving away 50% flat discount on certain varieties or certain products or certain goods or whatever. Set dates, make it clear when the promotion starts and ends. So this is especially when you are going ahead and making an offer, or a limited discount offer or something. You can immediately have it listed over here. Make it easy to redeem, so you can add a coupon code, terms and conditions and the like, right? So yeah, so we need to put up create your first post, add products, add events, add offers, and if there is any kind of information that I need to update. Okay, so yes, this is it. Add service area. If we have a website, you can put in the website, business name, that's getting a domain name and stuff. Show up whenever customers are looking for you online on their computer. Set it up in minutes, and you only play when your ad is clicked. So this is when this is about sponsoring with Google through Google AdWords. So that I don't want to venture into sponsoring. Apart from that, store code, labels, Google Ads, location, whether it is on the phone, right? So no, I do not want to add any one of this. I'm just taking you through this to see how it looks like and what exactly it looks like. So yes, I can add any attributes. I can add my products, edit product, add services, add a website, add my phone number. So it becomes easier for people to go ahead and contact and communicate with me with regards to my business. Then let us look at the insights. And yes, this is free. All what I'm doing right now, I've not paid for any one of these services being offered by Google. Okay, so how customers search for your business? Direct customers who find your listing searches for your business name directly. Discover customers who find your listing search for category or product. Okay, so most of the customers, this is my dad's business, we deal in powder coating and all the furniture and all of that stuff. So yes, so he's known in the market, so people directly type in super touch coat and they are redirected to the business. But otherwise they just the blue one indicates that they try and search for services, and our business props up. So this is the blue indication. So obviously we have more number of searches through direct. Then let's look into the review part. Okay, so we have one review and to which we haven't replied. You haven't replied to any reviews. Okay, fine. So if at all we need to reply, we can directly go ahead and say thank you very much, and we can just post it. All right, so that's done. Then if we have any messages, so get messages from customers installed from the App Store. So allow customer viewing your listing to message you directly, respond to your question. So again, these are other added features. Then like we said, adding pictures. So if I have a logo or a video that I'd like to add, I can just choose and upload. Then products, again, I can get to choose the products and what exactly. It gives a clear picture on Google when people are trying to search and locate for services relevant to our industry. Same way you can add services, charge, like if you're into dancing or services, or you are tutoring. So all of this you can mention here directly. Then what else? Your website over here. If you have any information, if you want to update your website, you can select all of this on this very page on your Google local pages, right? So I do not want to go ahead and get started. So your site updates automatically whenever you change your business info in Google My Business. Okay, so I don't want to do that now. Okay, so tell a story, themes, you have a lot more to work around and do stuff. Yeah, okay. Then we have users. Let's look at this part. Okay, so yes, I'm just managing it. So yes, if I want, I can add my dad as the main business owner. Okay, these are the users, or probably just an editor. Then create an ad. From here itself, I can go ahead and start advertising with Google. That's, paying up and venturing into sponsoring. Or you can say I'm just, anyone typing for super tough code, or not super tough code, if they're typing, say, for powder coating services, I would want to go ahead and bid for that keyword and to show up in the list so that it increases my chances of, having a larger audience. So that is one part of it. Then get Gmail, add a new location. Say for example, if I'm having another branch 1, branch 2, manage locations, then I would link the accounts together. If I have another account, or if I have another person, I just want to link it together. So this is all on Google local pages. So it's very simple. And it is, so here it's telling me supertouchcoat.com. To get this, I just have to pay 860 per year to get the domain in our name. So if I want to buy this, I'm happy with it, I quickly buy this, and then I have a website which says supertouchcoatlimited.com, right? So that's a clear view. So right away, if you have, see, it says powder coating services in Bangalore, contact us. So this is how it would look like. Contact us form, getting a website, right? What services do I offer? This is all the website part of it. And then I just say publish. So then that is, otherwise the free one is just supertouchcoat limited.business.site, right? And I would go ahead and publish the same. So you're on the web. Cheers. So now, right now, I have just gotten my website, which is supertouchcoatlimited.business.site, right? If I want to buy a domain, then I will have to go ahead and pay this 860. And if I want to promote it and all of that, okay? So yes, so now this is popping up here. I can edit the services part. It will also take me to the website, the different services. I can put up new posts. I can, add updates. I can play around with this contact us form and all of this. So yes, that's about it. Get set, done, and it is live. And under contact us, if you see, you have contact us here, get directions. So it becomes very easy for us to have a web, for us to go ahead and list our business in the local area, for us to go ahead and extend our reach to a greater audience. So yes, this is a very great way for you to start off if you're trying to look to, start off a small service in your locality. This is how you can set it up. And this is absolutely free. You don't have to pay anything extra. Only you have to pay when you have to venture into ads. I mean, Google ads, if at all you want to go ahead and start bidding. Here is how we need to go ahead and advertise for stuffs, and through here we went to Google Keyword Planner. Anyways, we don't have to bother about that now. We do not want to go ahead and unnecessarily go into venturing sponsoring stuff and all of that. So right now we have just prepared the manager account. I made sure that the business is listed, the location is right, and all the information is right. But now I just have to go ahead and further add maybe some pictures and some images and videos that would give life to the company on Google. And then right now we have just launched it, which is Super Touch Quote Limited Business site, and it is already live here. So another thing is I have to play, I can change the themes. If I'm not happy with the themes, I can edit it, add photos, and let's see what's there in this more. Okay, update site name, buy custom domain, unpublished website. It's already published, right? Promote with Google Ads, tips to get more customers. So it becomes very, very easy for us to go ahead and manage the business. Yeah, so this is it with Google local pages, right? So you can add images here and all of that. Here is the contact us part. Yeah, very simple and becomes very easy, right? With the help of Google local pages, without having to pay anything, you're making sure that your brand is out there, it is listed, it becomes very easy for people to navigate, it becomes easy for you to for them to search on Uber, on Ola, on whichever platform they're trying to reach you out on. Once you're there on Google Maps, that's like a great victory for your business. The next topic after the main important topic of Keyword Planner, we have article directories. Okay, so now before going through article directories, you would definitely go into, preparing an assignment for yourself, or, working to understand how to get a hang of it. So you can just take any topic of your choice. Maybe you can say gardening is your topic, or maybe you can say about you're into HR, so HR policies and all of that stuff, right? So what you can do is stick to HR policies if you are into HR, or whatever interesting topic you have in mind, you can stick to that. Head to Keyword Planner, then you can look out for different keywords with regards to that. Pick up 4 to 5 good keywords in the sense which does not have really high competition, and wherein the search is good, which is about 10,000 searches. Then it could be, if your audience are from the US, or it could be from any part of the world, you can choose that location, or otherwise you can just stick to India. Then go on and do a research, like say for example, you've chosen HR policies, so you go to HR policies and look for different articles or blogs on HR policies and see the way they have written stuff. So you can do a curation, like in the sense you can just understand and get insights from 2-3 other websites and blogs, and what you can do is you can incorporate the ideas and rewrite it in your own words, having those keywords that you've selected incorporated, right? And make sure that you stick to the keyword density. Okay, so now article directories. What do you mean by article directories? Article directories are in fact very important and very crucial for writers as well. Readers, they would definitely be looking for knowledge, and they are basically looking to get more information, grasp more information and all of that. So it would be from that point of view. But for writers, it is also very important for us to go ahead and get insight, right? So 60% of our writing is all about the research that goes into it. So article directories, content farm websites having mass content on different subjects. So we have a lot of content on we have websites, and there's a lot of content on different categories and subjects. So now we have the top 5 websites or your article directories. You can say eZine, Article Dunya, Article Card, Soup Article, Article Factory, and all of these. So let's just pull up article, eZine article. Okay, eZine articles. Yeah. And also you can submit your article. So now let me tell you, you'll be under the impression that yes, whoever writes and submits it, maybe we can go ahead and have our article published here, and probably they would pay us and all of that. But no, they don't pay you for your article being published here. And now you might be wondering why they are taking my article, and why wouldn't they be paying? So it is based a win-win situation, like you get your article published on eZine article. Of course, not anybody's article it's published over here. It's like they have their own checks and quality check, and there's no hard and fast rule or a checklist. If I do this, I'm for sure going to have my article being published here. It doesn't work that way. In fact, one of the participants, when his article was published on eSign Articles, he had it included as an achievement on his resume that one of my article has been published in eSign Articles. Okay, so that's one thing. And how is it a win-win situation? In the sense, like, these content farms have a lot of traffic on daily basis, like 10,000 people, basically in huge numbers. There's no actual data with me as to how many people visit these websites on day-to-day basis, but there's a huge mass of people who visit these kind of websites, article directories on daily basis. Now, when your article is published here, because of the traffic on this website, there is a lot of chances for your article being viewed here. Now, when you person, now say for example, you have something written on arts and entertainment, all right? So you have something written on arts and entertainment, and I am a reader who might just want to go ahead and just read something. So say I go to painting. Okay, you have something written on painting. Now I'll go click on this painting here, and it's already being published, your article. Say for example, I click on this. Okay, 10 tips for painting. I'm opening up your article for an example. Now what happens, it also gives you a lot of traffic. Now I start following you. You're known, right? Submitted on so and so. I go into this, you have your Facebook, your Twitter, different ways through which I can follow you. So obviously this is a win-win situation. You're getting more number of people having visit any one of your social media sites, or basically you're getting more traffic towards your platforms, right? And if you want, towards the end, right here, she's also left her blogs to different, her link to different blogs, which is on her website. So from here, I'm redirecting to her website. So see the number of people who would be redirected to the website. It's all counted as traffic, right? So each number of people who are visiting her would definitely want to see her other articles written and stuff like that. So this is a win-win situation. So people definitely want to go ahead and have their article published here, firstly for a lot of credibility, and then for their words to reach out to more number of people and to a larger audience, for them to get more exposure, for them to get more number of people follow them on different social media website, on different social media platforms, audience to go ahead and visit their websites to get more traffic, to increase their page rank. When your page rank is increased, obviously your organic reach is greater, and all of these tactics are there, and a lot of advantages are there of having our article being published here. So as a reader, definitely we could also go ahead and grasp a lot of information. As a writer, we can submit our articles here, and also we would definitely be able to read a lot more categories and do our research, and see the different topics being written by different authors or different writers on the same topic that we have in mind, and see how better we could polish our writing skills. So you have n number of categories over here. You have so many different categories. So right now you may be having a particular category that you may want to write on. You can go ahead, click on any one of these categories, curate information, rewrite it in your own words, do the keyword check, incorporate keywords, and yes, your writing is good to go. So likewise, let's open up another one, Article Dunia. So when we open up Article Dunia, always updates you, they say. So you want latest information, latest articles. So here you see all the stuff you can do with an iPhone 8 that you couldn't with the iPhone 7. So anyways, different. Oh well, and this is another one on Article Dunia. You can directly start writing. You get an access to go ahead and start writing on any topic that you want to write on. So it takes us to the wordpress.com over here, wherein we can start writing and having it published right away. Okay, so this is your article. So you're looking for a place to go ahead and start writing. You can do that on Article Dunia. Then Article Scat, let us see. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. Did you mean, if you don't click on the verbatim. Article Scat is the largest article directory on web to publish your article. This is another platform where you can get your article published. So you need to first sign up, and then you can go ahead and start writing on any particular topic. And then of course you would be redirecting the audience who are visiting these big article directories towards your site and your website and your social media platforms and the like. which is learning tags and categories. Okay, so now I'll explain what tags and categories are, but we will learn how to, incorporate categories and tags when we will be doing and touching upon your WordPress site. When you're building your own WordPress free version website, the time you'll be adding your tags and categories. But for now, let me tell you what tags and categories are. Now, in a website, there are different categories, right? So now a website may comprise of lifestyle. It may have, maybe love and relationship. It may be poetry. It may be random stuff, or it may be on nature, travel, food. So these are all different categories. So say, for example, you have one website, you're writing on different categories. One is on food, then you have on travel, then you have on, wildlife, right? Wildlife. So the best practice is to have all related categories on one single website. Now, if at all you want to club food, travel, and maybe something on HR policies, obviously it's not going to fit in this, right? Because they are nowhere related. So have one website with related categories that would definitely serve the purpose of the audience who are trying to reach you. Because the audience who are trying to read stuff related on HR may not be interested in the food and travel and wildlife, and the people who are interested in food, travel, and wildlife are likely not going to be interested in reading posts from HR policies or political issues or financial topics, all of that. So keep one website for one particular related categories. So yes, coming back to categories, there are different categories on one website that you can maintain. So we spoke about food, travel, and wildlife. Now, what are tags? Tags are being more specific and more precise. Now, categories are food, travel, wildlife. Now, tags are in food. I'm talking about, spicy prawn gravy. Okay, so now tags would be like spicy prawn gravy, and the category for this is like the parent category is just food, right? So you can say your tags would more or less be your keywords, and you can have more than just one tag. So you can say if you've incorporated 4 to 5 keywords, you include all of those keywords in your tag section. Okay, that's one part. And another thing, yeah, now see, I'll give you another example. If you've written something on love and relationship, okay, if you've written something on love and relationship, so the category would be relationships. But if you're written on communication gap in relationships, then what happens? It becomes even more precise because you are narrowing it down. So when people on Google happen to search for posts related to communication gaps, then you are likely to be shown. Otherwise, it's just very vast and wide. When they happen to type communication problems in a love and relationship, even though your topic is on love and relationship, because you haven't been specific and included the tags as communication gap, you may not probably show up to the audience who are in fact trying to search on the same line, right? So make sure you are very specific, include as many as tags which are very relevant to your post in order to increase your organic reach.
We are talking about the copyrights. Okay. Along with the plagiarism, we should know about the copyright also. This copyright, this one, copyrights. Okay. Sorry. We just went to this one. Can you see where it gone? Yeah. Can you see down? Can you see the bottom side of it? Right side bottom, the C icon, that is copyright. That means all rights reserved. Okay. So when you are talking about the single C, this one, when you are writing about the single C, it means all rights reserved. The content cannot be reused without owner's permission. Okay. So you must know that you cannot copy this content because of this sign, the C sign, which is being given there. Okay. In a single C, when you will see it, all rights reserved. All rights, whatever the content is being given here, it is being reserved. Okay. Now, so if you want to use it, the same it is being given, you have to just change the word. Now, when it is given to C, okay, 2C is being given here. Okay, that is called Creative Common. Okay, somewhere the sign will be given to you CC. Okay, that means Creative Common. What do you mean by this sign? Means this copyright license means the content, the reuse of the content is permitted under legal rules. Certain legal rules and regulations is being given. According to that, you can reuse the content. Okay, you can reuse the content, but you cannot make money on that. Okay, legal rules means the terms or the rules and the regulations is being given by making the license. Then one it is given the sign with O, or we can say oblique, that is being P. Okay, you can reuse the way you want it. That is a P means, or O means that is a public domain. Okay, now it is being showing COO or simple O. That is a public domain. Okay. Okay. One thing I will show you more. See, some of the Creative Common license is being given here. Okay, Creative Common license, we can say it gives everyone from individual creator to a large institutions a standardized way, okay, to grant the public permission to use their creative work under copyright law. Okay, so you can see six types are there, six different license is being given here, is being listed. We will talk about first, that is attribution. You can see CC means Creative Common. Now you can see BY, one sign is being given here. Okay, what this license is? This license enables users, we can say, to distribute, to remix, or to adapt, or we can say to build upon the material in any format or any medium. And so long as attribution is given to the creator, so the license allows for commercial use. Can someone use my work to make money? Okay. Can someone change my work? Yes. CCBY includes certain following elements. That is, BY means credit must be given to the creator. If you are copying also, you should give the credit to the creator. If you are copying it some lines or 2 or 3 lines, the source should be written, it is being written by someone, means the name of that is should be written there. For example, this work is openly licensed. Somewhere in the content it will be written to you, this work is openly licensed via CC by some version will be written here. If you are liking the photos, or if you are copying certain photos, or if any lines, there should be, the credit should be given to that creator. Okay, this was one. Now second one is given attribution share alike, means two signs is being given here, CC, BY, SA. Now what this license mean? This license, we can say it enables reusers to distribute, to remix, or to adapt, or we can say build upon the material in any format, and so long as attribution is given to the creator. This license allows for commercial use. Okay. You must license the modified material under these identical terms. That is, BY means credit must be given to the creator. SA means adaptations must be shared under the same terms. Now, if we will move to CC, BY, and C, means this license also enables everything, that is remix, adapt, everything, and attribution is given to the creator, and this is used for non-commercial purpose only. Not for commercial, it's used for non-commercial purpose. Why BY means credit must be, you can copy it, but there should be name of the creator. Okay, I have taken from this one. Okay. Now CC, BY, NC, and SA. If we will talk about this one, the last one, what it is exactly means. BY means credit must be given to the creator. Only non-commercial uses of the work are permitted. SA means adaptation must be shared under the same terms. Like this, so many things is written. ND, NC, ND. What is ND? ND means no derivatives or adaptations of the work are permitted. You can see, can someone use my work to make money? No. Can someone change my work? No. NC means only non-commercial uses of the work are permitted and no derivatives or adaptations of the work are permitted. But one thing, can you see, BY icon is in everywhere, means you must give credit to the creator. Then only you can write it there. Okay.
And now, what is blogging? Blogging refers to writing, photography, and other media that's self-published online. So what do? You publish it on your own. Okay, whenever you write something, you publish it on your own. And it started as diary style entries. Okay, so even my blog is like diary style entries. I was, while writing about politics, I was very subjective. This is bad, this is good. I was pretty subjective. Like the tone itself showed my anger or my disgust towards a particular thought process. Okay, so it's still there. I did not delete anything. I don't want to, because that is my creation. So it's very subjective, and it was in diary style. So blogging started with diary style entries, but it has since been incorporated into websites for many businesses. Okay, now all of these diary style entries have become commercial. Okay, the hallmarks of blogging include frequent updates, informal language, and opportunities for readers to engage and start a conversation. So, in blogging, remember, hallmarks mean indication, requirements. Okay, the requirements of blogging are updates. Okay, you have to update your information that you have provided as a writer. You have to go and update it all the time. Informal language should be incorporated for the readers to understand you, for the readers to connect with you in an informal setting, so that they think that they are, they are reading about their friend. Okay, and opportunities for readers to engage and start a conversation. You should write in a manner so that your reader is able to connect with you, and they get to start talking to you. So you leave your mail, your official email address or phone number, or different social media links to different social media platform of yours. You do that. Okay, you inspire your readers, and your readers get inspired and want to connect to you through different platforms. So that is the main purpose of blogging. Okay, because over here they have said, they have said as if they are your readers. These readers are nothing but your clients. Okay, as a writer, you would require a lot of clients to go through your content. So what happens is, when your client gets inspired from your services, they automatically try to spark a conversation with you by either calling you or by sending you a mail. Okay, so it's always safe to leave your not personal, official information on your website. Okay, the word blog is actually a shortened form of its original name, weblog. These weblogs allowed early internet users to log the details of their day in diary style entries. Blogs often allow readers to comment, so they became more common. Communities sprung up around popular blogs. So blogs used to be really, really popular before, but as now, as the time has modernized, most of the people do this diary entries in the form of Instagram stories or WhatsApp status updates. They just leave a photo, less communication, less words. So requirement of words, and requirement of authors who can write have lessened because people have started communicating in images and also emojis. Okay, I'm sure you know about emojis that you find on your phone. So people have started communicating with that. Okay, most of the emojis are, I don't understand. There's one melting emoji. I don't understand what it means. Okay, now why blogging is so popular? It's flexible and portable. Okay, you can do it from phone as well. Helps build trust with customers. Okay, keeps clients up to date. As I said, you have to update your information every now and then. And blogs can make money. If your blog is a hit, it can generate money. Now, what are the downsides or the drawbacks of blogging? Requires a lot of time and research, trust me. Okay, and needs new content often. Okay, my blog isn't running at all because I have stopped working on it. I am so bored. Like these days, way in my I'm in 30s now. In my 20s, I was so much into politics. I don't know why, but in my 30s, I'm like, what? I don't even know, the MLA of my own state. What politics? I'm not interested. So I have not updated the information. I have kept it just for namesake, just as a writer. So maybe I will go back someday and then I will change it. Okay, so it needs new content often, and it's very time taking. Okay, time consuming rather, it's a bigger word. Okay, let's talk about social media for content distribution. So as we are talking about Sadhguru, Gaur Das, how do we know them? We know them through social media, right? People have popularized them through podcasts as well. Have you heard about podcasts? What are podcasts? Any idea? Podcasts are like an audio discussion on various topics with or without the experts. Sometimes podcasts can be done solo. Sometimes podcasts can be done with a person or two or more, in a group. So it does not involve any song that we usually listen to on radio. It involves talking about topics, like a discussion. They talk about different things, okay? Different topics, wide variety of topics. So podcasts are very popular these days, okay? So social media podcast is one of the social media platforms. Okay, through podcasts, people get to become popular. Then WhatsApp. Through WhatsApp, see, you get to popularize your content, your blogs as well. Instagram is really something. It's all over the world. Twitter. What is the current name for Twitter? X. Okay. So people say, I mean, talk about many things on X. I am not on X. I was on Twitter before, but I never used. Like I used, but I stopped using it now. Facebook is another platform that has been used by, I think, almost all the people around the world. Snapchat is yet another platform with which you can share information, share pictures with your friends and whatnot, and share blogs, ideas, anything. Okay. Facebook. You already know what is Facebook all about. Yeah, it's I also I had deactivated my Facebook account, but as I am already on Insta, my account is heavily active on Insta. I don't make reels, but I post stories on Insta, and love to create content and memes, jokes on Insta. So I'm there for that purpose only. So as my page is active on Insta, my Facebook got reactivated, and everybody can see whatever I do on Insta by default. Okay, so Facebook is, they have made it very family friendly, and all most of our relatives are more into Facebook than in our own lives. Most of them we do not know about. Okay, but still they are there on Facebook. They know what's going on in our life. But you can just personalize your account, personalize your account as well, and you can use it for business. Like as content writers, you can use it for business, and freelancing, and for all the other personal experiences and information that you may want to provide, because I have not provided. I have just mentioned that I am studying somewhere, so only that much is there. I don't do much social networking. I just I have to reply to some important people on WhatsApp, uh, type my message out as soon as possible, because there are certain things that are unavoidable. Purposes, you have to be there in order to connect with people. So with Facebook you can do that, but instead of Facebook, this is for creating pages. Okay, I am sure that you know how to create your own page on Facebook. It's very easy, and moreover it's not updated. This thing seems to be a bit outdated. So you can just it's very easy to create a page, okay, on Facebook. So you have to go to the settings and then create one. So I will just leave it to you, because all of you have your own Facebook account. You don't have to create a page. Just see on YouTube or by yourself how to create a page. That's all. Because I had created a page. Till date, I haven't posted anything over there. On Facebook, I haven't posted anything. So it was pretty useless. Most important networking site is LinkedIn. Be be sure that you are here. Okay, LinkedIn is used by many corporators and people from different walks of life, who can have a thorough understanding of what profile you have, and what skills you have garnered over the years, and what you are studying. And you don't have to share anything at all about your personal life. So it's very important to maintain a profile, an account on LinkedIn. Okay, it's easy for you to get a job on LinkedIn. Okay, any kind of job you can find on LinkedIn. And also it is easy for you to connect. Why is it called LinkedIn? Because it links you with important people, important business personnel that you may not otherwise come across. Okay, so suppose I have followed Tata, Ratan Tata. Okay, and he gives updates that he does not even provide on Instagram. I also follow him on Instagram, but he is not really active on Instagram. He's active on LinkedIn. Sometimes he posts about important professional updates of his, and how he got motivated by his team members. So you get to learn so many things about so many people from one platform. So please make sure that you have a profile on LinkedIn. So this is about Twitter. This is not an updated information, so it's all X. Okay, so even on X, we do something similar. We can, in order to use it for business, you can, update your information on Twitter, your business information on Twitter, put alerts, opinions, and also put exciting offers and teasers. Teasers means advertisers. It's like advertisement, but it pulls the client in. It pulls your potential customer in. So that is a teaser. Suppose with a line, uh, get everything for free. You will be wondering, what? Get everything for free? Let me just go. Then you will see a lot of crowd already. And people are looking for things that are for free. Then you at last end up with, okay, a soap case is free with maybe yeah, with a soap. A soap case is free with the soap, and then one oil packet is free with 500 milliliter of this oil, or whatever, or not 500 milliliter, 2 liters of oil. 2 liters of oil, 200 milliliter packet of oil is free. Okay, so everything for free is like a teaser. Okay, they have pulled the attention. I have exaggerated it. So they have pulled the attention of the readers through that particular line. Okay, in general way, you can use X for, it's not Twitter anymore, it's X, for reactions and alerts, okay, from your favorite people or celebrities. And for writers, it's an information feed. They give views and opinions on it. Okay. So on X, I used to follow Shashi Tharoor. My God, I really love his English. I really love his English, and I love the way with such charm and exuberance, he walks into the fold of foreigners and insults them on their own ground with a language more polished than the foreigners themselves. So that that is something. He has something so powerful in him. So that was it. Thank you.